foreseeing what the next major shift in your life is going to be, we're going to be using the Soul Speak Oracle, the Tarot of Dreams, the Tea Leaf Fortune cards, the Oracle of Hidden Worlds, and Gaia's Grace. So I'll go ahead and just show you guys kind of close up what they are before I stick them over here to pick out the crystals. Can't pick anything up today. At least this way, if you guys want anything, you can kind of see who it's by and all that good stuff. Okay, so before I pick my crystals, I do want to remind you guys that the contest is not the contest. It's not a contest. It's a giveaway for this lovely pack of crystals and Palo Santos. It's rose quartz. Whoop, coming with me. Rose quartz, aura quartz, howlite, Sheba eye shell, and desert rose selenite, and then plus you get a copy of the Inner Child Healing Oracle with it too. And it's really easy to enter. It's just subscribing to my YouTube and putting like a little crystal or diamond emoji on your, like, commented on your favorite video or whatever you want to do, as long as there's a comment. I know you want to enter the contest. Just make sure you put a crystal so I know. But that's for the contest. The winner's going to be announced live on May 31st for the giveaway. So let's see what crystals I'm wanting to pull out here for you guys. So first group, I'm going to go ahead and show this one. This is as soon as it wants to focus. Quit looking at those other crystals back there. Camera, excuse you. But this, once it decides it wants to be focused, there we go, is Lumerian Quartz. You can tell it's Lumerian because it actually has the lines going up that looks like a little ladder all around the crystals, no matter which part of the cluster you look at. But yeah, this is Lumerian Quartz for our first group, this cute little cluster. Sit. There. Okay, so for our next group, I am really feeling some Lepidolite for my second group. Nice pinky purple. Hi, hun. Pinky purple, sparkly, shimmery sphere. Oh, don't you go zooming out, but I almost started talking about properties, so if you want this pile, more than likely you're gonna like or want the properties at the end. I mean, obviously they always go with the pile somehow, but this one has been coming up quite a bit. Doesn't want to focus now when I go down there. But that one has some interesting ones. Let's see. Let's do Larimar. this cute little sphere that looks like a really sunny day at the beach with the waves crashing on the sand. I just love how it looks. It's like the colors are so pretty. And let's see, the last one. Keep getting pulled over here to this guy. So this is flower agate. It has a little druzy pocket, and it has sparkles. Nice pink flower agate flame. Okay, so these are gonna be our 4 choices for the groups for the next big shift happening in your life. So whatever you're getting pulled to, just kind of take a minute, take a few deep breaths. I'm just feeling like there needs to be a lot more calming energy today, so I'm just going with it. Let's go with the flow. But Lumerian Quartz first pile, Lepidolite for my second pile, Larimar for my third, and flower agate for my fourth. So whatever you're drawn to, if you're drawn to more than one, then there's probably multiple shifts happening, which would not surprise me. So just make sure you're taking what resonates, because the people watching this, you're going to know where this fits, whether it is career or love or like going on your own personal journey, emotion going through the motions, emotional growth, all that kind of stuff. So you know where you are on your personal journey and where things are like gonna like hit a nail on the head pretty much. So let's get started with my Lumerian Quartz group. Let's see what messages want to come out for the next big shift happening for you guys. Coming up really soon. So let's see what the next big shift is for my first group. Oh wow, okay. So first thing out, we have the Tree of Souls, Collective Wisdom, Kinship Group, and Library. There's a few, this picture is so pretty. There's a few things with this one. For one, this is speaking a lot about people coming into your life. Like if you've been feeling very alone, or possibly you just feel like you keep attracting the wrong people, one of the major shifts happening here is like finally coming into contact, if not really close friendships with people that really speak to your soul level. This energy is coming, it's almost like being rooted in each other's energy and feeling grounded and then helping each other grow. It's a very beautiful energy, but it's a magnetic energy. It has Venus energy to it. So it's not something you're going to be forcing, it's something you have to be open to receiving, which might be a big shift for this group if you're so used to pushing and pushing instead of sitting back and letting things happen, or feeling like you're not worthy of receiving things from other people. This also, having library in the mix over here, is making me think of gathered knowledge, especially with collective wisdom. It's almost like instead of trying to do everything yourself, with the trust you're building with the people that are coming in, it's like you can trust in their knowledge and expand your awareness, and you do the same for the other people. So it's like this collective resource, because the library energy is making me think of like endless resources. And when you connect in this way and you build new foundations in this energy, it's almost like it transforms you through the knowledge of the people you're starting to trust. So that's really beautiful shift energy to start out for this group. And you guys also got the Healing Temple of Lunar Light, life cycles, energy healing, and communication. Look at that full moon sitting up there behind the clouds too. This is really going along with pretty much the theme that we're already talking about here. But you guys are ending the cycle of bringing in these relationships that have like been teaching you lessons, like you're understanding what they meant now. So it's almost like you're starting to move into a new life cycle, and it's because you've been working hard on healing. A lot of the healing's been in communication, and that's why you can actually form these friendships and start collaborating with people, because you've been working on and like all the blues in this energy too. It's like really working on the throat chakra, on your voice, being able to speak your truth, and your truth is aligning you with people who share the same morals or share the same truths. This is also highlighting through the healing. Some of you, I don't know how many people this is for, but wherever you're feeling it needed most in your life, there's going to be either reconciliation with certain aspects, either of yourself, career, romance, family, but there's some kind of reconciliation coming for those who wanted things to work out. They didn't want things to be cut off. There's a very healing energy here where it's like the cycles that are meant to stay and that are nurturing and respectful will stay, and it's like learning what needs to go, but not feeling stuck anymore. It's almost like a peace being brought in. And then, I literally just said this so for those of you that were like sitting there like, I don't know, literally get resurrection, come back, rebirth, and renewal. So, whoever that was really hitting home for and you weren't sure, it's just going to straight up confirm it for you, just to make sure you were listening. For those of you that wasn't the case, what this is saying is you're coming to a period, especially going through all this healing and opening yourself up to being more receptive. You're coming into a period where you are renewing yourself, you're reinventing yourself. And it's almost like you're in this energy where it's like someone that's been knocked down and now like they're coming back stronger. It could possibly be these, because this seems very almost like community or relationship tied. Like this doesn't seem just with yourself. So it's almost like what you learn through other people and learning to be receptive to the good coming in is what's allowing this change. It's what's allowing you to pretty much change your world and understanding. Instead of feeling like you're just like stuck to do that forever, you're realizing you don't need to keep repeating cycles, especially if it's like inherited like family cycles that people do that like are unhealthy, and like you're breaking it and you're allowing yourself to heal where your family never let themselves heal and they just kept repeating trauma. This could easily be you breaking that, and for those of you like leaving family behind, new family, like soul family, will be what's coming in to replace those broken bonds. And then, okay. You guys are really like needing, in number 44 here, you guys might really be seeing a lot of repeating numbers, but having this returning home energy, transition, life between lifetimes, and loving welcome. This this is going right with this resurrection energy. Like, it really, for this group, this is what this is. This is like you guys healing the wound of feeling like you need to be isolated to protect your heart, and now you're working through those past things that were harmful. There's a lot of like rainbow type energy here too, but you guys have been really working on this healing, and now that you're finally getting through this point, it's like, in some of you, like I said, it's going to be reconciling things with either family or relationships or co-workers. There is some energy of that, but for those that have really worked through and really cut ties with people, there's going to be this feeling of returning to yourself, and then like being surrounded by the people that get you. So it's going to be like you're finding the home that you never thought was there for you, which is going to be a lot different. So let's see the bottom of the deck here. And another repeating number for the bottom of the deck. We have insight, magical tools, writing, and star crafting. So yeah, for some of you, this is just written in the stars for you, that this is the time, like divine timing, and that's why this is happening. For others of you, this is really getting into that essence. Like I said, some of you really been in hermit mode, and now you learned, you got the wisdom from it, and you're starting to allow yourself to open up. Some of you, it's going to start with writing and sharing your writing, and that's where these kindred souls are going to come from. But it's also you returning to yourself, which is going to be a nudger. You're getting nudges. You're going to have another major shift, because you're finally allowing something you really repressed because of other relationships to come through. So, okay. For some reason in this deck, this card loves coming out and yelling at people, from what I've noticed. My deck, this is like the #1 card that is seen in piles. But, be true to your heart's desire, which, like I said, that's what's going to be bringing in these people, is you're finally like returning to yourself. You're finding home within yourself, instead of these other relationships that were unhealthy. And for those few of you that the reconciling was what you're feeling here, it's like it's what your heart honestly wants, then yes, it's a go. If you're not really feeling it, it's like it's saying follow your heart with this, not logic, not what would make more sense. This is more like the heart. The heart can sometimes be rational. It's not saying that it's always irrational, but sometimes it's a lot better to just kind of sit with yourself, because you guys did have insight as the bottom of the deck. So you guys really need to have the time to sit and gather that. Now, if that's all you've been doing for a while, then it's time to start taking some action with this, or at least opening yourself up to new energy to come in. And then we have growth happens in the darkest places, which is really interesting because all of your stuff is so light and healing, but obviously you have to go through a lot of pain in order to get to this spot. You guys have definitely been growing a lot, and that's why this shift is happening. It's like you've been doing a lot of clearing, a lot of healing. You're ready to start like a new cycle already, and it's like you're already, either if you're not here yet and in the process of reinventing yourself, it's like you're clearing the things away in order for you to do it. So that way you can transition from this place where you've been doing all this healing and growth into like an easier, calmer waters. Yeah, like I said, for some of you, these bittersweet endings you have, like you knowing that there's certain things, like I said, with this heart desire thing going on here, you guys really need to listen to if it's healthy or not for you. If you're trying to reconcile something that's unhealthy for you, you need to pay attention. If you're reconciling something that you know is good, that you went through growth and possibly whatever the other situation is, there was growth in that area. It's like it has to be balanced on both ends. It can't be like you growing and going back and then being treated like shit. Like, that's kind of undoing what you've been working so hard for. But a lot of you really have gone through putting up boundaries and cutting bonds with people in order to heal yourselves. And that's why it's so bittersweet. It's like, it hurts a lot, but in the end, it's what's best for you. And you guys got open yourselves to the signs, because you're definitely, you're transitioning, guys. Like, you're moving from this energy of really going through the most over here to opening yourselves. Like I said, you need to be receptive. If there are people that are really there for you, it's like you need to, if you're having trouble with it, like you're still healing, when people are trying to be kind to you and you're used to there being motives behind it, and that's what you're trying to heal, if you're getting the beautiful souls coming in trying to offer things to you, be open with them. Like, actually, like, talk about things that have happened, so that way you can have open communication, because communication and healing, that's a big thing for you guys. And we have dream bigger. Yeah, it's really repressed quite a bit going through all this. But now it's time, like I said, reinventing yourself. Like, you guys are going to be able to go after things in a lot better place now. If you're not already, like I said, there's going to be different stages for you guys. There's going to be the reinvention. If you guys are already in there, you guys are learning to dream bigger. If you're still in this healing phase and haven't quite gotten to the reinvention yet, it's like, it's going to be hard to kind of open yourself to seeing like bigger outside of yourself. Just be gentle with yourself and take your time with this healing, because if you rush it, you might end up missing out on some of the things that you're supposed to learn from it. But you're definitely making progress. And, oh my gosh, your soul family is coming. Regardless of where you are, they're coming in. We're just, okay, and set yourself free. Like, you guys are the ones that have really been bogged down by people, and it's almost like that fear of stepping away and being alone, but in reality, when you step away, there's people coming in. There might already be people there, to be honest with you. That's why there's this opening, like, open yourself up and actually see what's going on, instead of like tucking your head down like a turtle and not seeing anything. This is really letting you know that some of you already have the soul family around you that you need to allow to, like, you know, be a part of your life and set yourself free from this energy over here. For others of you, as you're setting yourself out of this, or as you're reinventing yourself, these people are just going to come in naturally. They're just going to start filtering into your life. But it's going to take you allowing yourself to accept these things. Oh, like I said, some of you are really like hermit mode, or this one just wants to jump out like straight out the deck. You have the guy that looks like a hermit, and then you have the literal hermit. Some of you are really comfortable in your solitude in this space over here, but it's really easy to get stuck here, guys. Especially if, like, it was safer to be in this place than really connected to these relationships, or possibly being connected to these made you kind of go introspective and go off on your own journey. But this is like the step to healing. It's the first card jumping out. So, like I was saying, some of you guys have been chilling in hermit mode for quite a bit. And you're having trouble kind of allowing yourself allowing yourself to come out with the Six of Wands energy. So we're gonna go straight from this hermit energy to like full blown like acknowledgement for stepping out of your door. Like like I said, you guys are like a magnet. You're gonna, like that Venus energy, like I was saying, that magnetic pull energy, as soon as you start pulling yourself out of here, you're gonna like walk into this bright light and just be blinded because you're used to being in this dark place and working through all this stuff, and then all of a sudden you're gonna have people celebrating you and acknowledging you, and you're gonna be like, where did all of this come from? Like, it's gonna be a lot because we have like this Jupiter Leo energy over here. It's gonna be loud for some of you. And you guys have Justice reversed. There was definitely, with this bittersweet ending energy, there was definitely some of you that were dealing with karmic connections, but this is also things getting the swift boot, because the things that were not good for you, not meant for you, that you were trying to cling to, especially since it's bittersweet and it's not going to be completely like just like, you know, I'm done. It's going to be like that kind of sting, like, you know, a rose having thorns. It's like you hold it and it's beautiful, but it's hurting you. So you have to look at this different. Even though this is justice, it's making me think of the Hangman for some reason. It's almost like looking at your karma through a different perspective and realizing that the reason things kept happening a certain way is because you were interjecting yourself into someone else's karma. You were tipping the scales and they weren't learning their lesson. So you kept getting thrown under the bus over and over again until you learned to like take a step back so that they could grow on their own. Because some of you just cared too much and it was not good for you. And then you guys have death. Like, all these major arcana just coming out for you guys. Like I said, there's major transitioning happening for this group. Even though you guys are getting all this major arcana, it's very strange because there's a sense of peace to this group. It's almost like you're ready for this. And for those of you that aren't quite ready, like you're in it, it's almost like there's an odd sense of calm as you're going through it and you're working on all these things. And one of the signs you guys need to open yourself to is the fact that if something's walking out of your life, let it walk, instead of doing this cling thing and trying to stay like in the middle of it, even if it hurts you at first and the endings are painful. It's going to be something for your betterment. And then we have the, come out here, the Palace of Cups. But this is in reverse. Like I said, some of you guys really have this hurt energy to you because of this. I mean, obviously, you're not having little cards. You're having major arcana depicting this. These were like huge things for you guys to go through. You definitely had, there's just something here where you guys really got in the way of someone else's karma. And it wasn't good either. Like, they had some stuff that was wrong with them, and you ended up growing through their karma. And quite possibly they might be in the process with you falling, you know, away, like pulling back, that not only do they have their own stuff they're gonna have to deal with now, but part of their karma is also you pulling away. So it's like a double whammy for them, and there might be a lot of guilt sitting with you there. It's why you keep getting so introspected, and maybe you're feeling like it's not fair. But there's also some of you where what's happening is you've been through a lot. You're finally the reinvention stage where you're coming out, you're getting acknowledgement, and then there's these people that really, like, you feel like need to like just get already, like they need to get out of your life, and they're still trying to suck you dry. especially with emotional manipulation. And it's like there's this unfairness to it. Either that or there's people you care about and you're watching this happen to them and you're having to learn to step aside because this is their lesson to learn. It's not necessarily like they're getting bad karma, it's just that they're choosing to keep going back to people that are hurting them. And it's like, it doesn't, they have to decide to make the change. You can scream it from the mountaintops, but they have to decide to do it. Oh, thank you for the raid, hun. And then we have Empress energy. You guys have so many major arcana. Like, so many. This isn't some little thing for you guys. It's gonna be like this full-on, I mean, obviously, you guys, it's not just with you, even though there's a lot with you, there's gonna be other people that it's concerning. Like, leaving a group of people, a whole new group of people coming in. There's a lot happening very rapidly for you guys. There isn't a lot of slow-paced energy here. I feel like you guys have been in slow-paced energy with this hermit over here, where you guys were very happy sitting off by yourself somewhere. But that ain't happening no more. This is full-blown coming out, and then you going through the paces with this and coming out the other side with this Empress energy with your family and all this renewal and this healing. And like I said, we got more Venus energy over here. This is like a magnet being drawn to you. There's a lot of harvest, and for some of you, this is literally a kid being thrown in here. And like, the reason it's part of your soul family is it's your own child, like pregnancy type thing. For some of you, you probably might have given up on having a child, and it's like this dream bigger energy is like, you know, don't give up on it, because that is coming in. And then bottom, like I said, you guys have so many major arcana here. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. And you guys definitely, like I said, it's no wonder I kept feeling that. You guys were definitely sitting in the way of someone else's things they were supposed to be learning, even though you really care and you want to help other people. You were, for the longest time, like really dimming yourself and putting yourself in a dark place in order to help someone else through their mess. The change is coming because the hammer's coming down and you're being told you need to like move on your path, whether you like it or not, because that Judgment reverse is like, you know, you just need to get on already. Like, if you're not choosing to move, like, universe is moving you. Like, it's pretty much what's happening, because it's coming in saying this is not your responsibility. Like, Justice and Judgment reverse is like, not your responsibility. Not supposed to do this. We're cutting this out. Like, we're moving on over here, because you're supposed to be out of Hermit and into Empress. Yeah, you're going through all this crap in the middle, and people are going to be excited to see you coming out of Hermit mode, because some of you been hiding out, took yourself off social media. You went the whole shebang and just cut yourself off from society. But so the people that are very happy to see you, some of them probably are soul family that's been missing you, but you need to watch out for those that haven't learned their lesson and trying to pull you back into the thing that made you run off and get off of everything in the first place. So first ones that, I don't think I have seen that card before, but then again, there's a lot of cards in this deck, so let me get some more out here before we start seeing what they have to say. Let's get 3 more. Oh, there was 2 in that. Okay. And we'll take a month out of there because it was poking out. So let's see what you guys have going on over here. So I'm gonna pick pick all these up. I'm just going to mess up everything that I lined up with my Virgo moon over here and just make it all kinds of crooked while I'm doing it. Just bother everyone else's Virgo placements while I'm at it. Pretty sure there's some of you in this pile with how much Virgo energy came out. So we got going on over here. I'll leave the month until after. So we got bread coming through over here, which makes sense with the Empress, because you have a period of prosperity and abundance. And this right here, which is interesting, this is the one I'm saying I haven't really seen before. So this says, be careful, do not take risks, which is kind of how your guys' it fell over there. This is kind of what your guys' energy is right now. It's probably because you guys are going to have such a spotlight put on you because you're coming out of this energy of keeping to yourself. And then you guys have lobster with financial pinch. For some of you, this could be lacking some funds, or it could be like dealing with paying with lawyers with justice reversed if you guys have court cases. But I feel like this is more don't put yourself here. Like, this is the do not take risks. Don't put yourself in this position just because people are coming back. If the reason they're coming back is to ask you for money, it's like, don't put yourself in that position. Because this is something you would put yourself in instead of like just saying like, you know, no. They've been getting money from somewhere before you came back into the picture, so they can go back to wherever that was. There's something here where you guys can easily get used, and you have to be careful, literally. Like, someone's trying to sink their claws into you and like get out of you what they can, which is probably this energy you've been either running from or trying to help for too long. And then, thanks for the follow, hun. For all of you, thank you. This horseshoe right here, having good luck, is definitely not going to happen until this is dropped. Because you need to clear out this energy before you can have this luck over here. But this is also, like, it's saying don't take risks. But the thing is, anything you choose to do with yourself to take care of yourself, that's where you're going to create the good luck. I mean, this period of prosperity over here with the bread card, like, you guys need to make your own bread. Okay? Don't go eating someone else's stale bread or like giving everyone else the fresh loaf over here and then you're eating some stale ends somewhere. Like, that's not what we're going for. Then we have, fire, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. It's no wonder this is so hard and bittersweet for you guys. It's not just some little fly-by-night thing. This is it's either a strong love or a strong hate coming out of this, and either one of those causes a very heavy connection. So having to sever it or having to put distance, whichever way it is for you, because like I said, apply this to where it's supposed to sit for you. Like, whether this is a relationship, a friendship, family, career, whatever it is, there's something here where there's a very strong pull with it, and the need to either create distance to where it's healthy, because it seems like this is kind of unhealthy energy. It's not kinda, it is unhealthy. But it's detaching yourself from that and looking, instead of through the lenses of love or hate, it's being able to step back and ask yourself, what is it that your heart actually wants? Not your overwhelming emotional body that's going through this, but like the literal heart center, which is a lot different than the pain and agony that you feel through your emotions. We also have here, younger woman, dealings or relationship with a younger woman, which could quite literally be speaking to some of you that this is a relationship with a younger woman that is happening here. But for others of you, what this is really making me think of is the solar plexus, where that links to the maiden energy, which is our inner child. And it's being able to heal that energy. It's being able to work through the pain and get our confidence back and actually feel comfortable. Because a lot of this strong emotion, especially when it comes with hate, can start being internalized and go towards ourselves. And being able to walk away from that is very painful, because it's like killing a part of our identity that we carried with us for a very long time. Especially if there's like a lot of trauma. It's almost like some people's identities are linked to their trauma, and it's hard for them to let go, because it's like you're trying to find yourself that you never had. Hi, hun. So, whichever way that applies for you. And then the next one we have is Gong. Exciting event. Like I said, for some of you, it quite literally could be a kid. I'm not joking over here. She's literally holding the soul of a child over here and having soul family, exciting event, and all this other stuff. That definitely could be something over here. But for others of you, like you have the Six of Wands. Like as soon as you come out of your hermit hidey hole, you're gonna be coming into some fun energy. Not to say you're not going to be dealing with some shit, because you guys definitely got some shit up here. But moving through this, you're going to be surrounded by people that want to celebrate you, that want to actually cherish you, that are happy for your success over here with this Empress energy. Because you're going to be very abundant, no matter which way that is. Because you got bread and you got the Empress over here chilling out. I mean, the way you make bread is from wheat, and she got tons of wheat over here. So this is like a whole energy of like moving out of this like emotional baggage energy, especially the strong love or hate energy. It's like being able to move past that into creating with it. Some of you, it's creativity and getting the way, because there's a lot of communication and people that are coming into your life. This could easily be, since this is like, you know, the next shift you're having is that you have a creative idea. And then what happens is it actually creates revenue for you, and you also end up pulling in people that have the same things that they want to do, or people that just love what you do. And then, oh, check that out, guys. Your month is June. You got a couple weeks. I literally said that this is happening very rapid for you guys, and you get the month of June. Thank you for following, hun. But yeah, for those of you that chose Lumerian Quartz, you got a few weeks until like you're really, if you're not seeing this yet and you haven't been dealing with it, you're gonna be seeing it. For those of you in it, you might actually see the fruits of your labor over here in the month of June, where it's like everything you've been working really hard on finally starts like showing some like material gains from it, which is why it's saying don't go taking risk and giving people your money. Like there's no reason to be giving out your hard-earned money. And then we have believe. The first step is just the beginning, so enjoy the ride. Literally, I'm saying you guys stepping out of your freaking house, and then this like energy you guys have is really interesting, because it's almost like, you know, this is not even introvert energy. This is like that miser up in the mountains that's like, you know, just stay away from me, doesn't even want internet. It's like, I don't need all this bullshit, is pretty much what this is. And you guys are finally deciding to open the door to your cabin and walk outside, and then everyone celebrates it. So it's not even like the first step is everything. Like it might even be an exciting event, you just literally coming out of your hermit mode. But you're going to be taking small steps, and there's going to be people that are really freaking happy about it. You guys just need to be discerning about who you're giving your attention to, or your energy, your money. But also also like enjoy what you're doing. That's how you're gonna know you're doing the right thing. If something is really pissing you off, more than likely, if you've been going through like all this energy of growing and healing, you're not gonna be sitting here wanting to deal with it. So that'll be a good. Okay, these flipping out for you guys. Wow. So I don't know how many times you guys gotta be told that there's people coming in here, but we also got the card with friends. Gardens are made of many beautifully unique flowers who help each other thrive. And then you also got this come out with it, which is cherish. There can be many blossoms on a bush, but the same one never blooms twice. This is just speaking to you guys being unique. Like, people can't replicate what you do. It doesn't matter whatever this thing was in the past that really like messed you up, that you had to heal from, whatever situation this was. There truly are people that are in your corner waiting for you to get through this healing process, and they're really rooting for you. And they know that, like, they see how much work you've been putting into healing yourself and everything you've been going through. See? With the loneliness. Come on. You gonna work with me so I can... Don't let the shadows trick you, because you always have a friend in the wind. And June is Gemini season. Like, some of you quite literally might have Gemini energy. Like, of course, all the planets are moving in the Gemini, but what I mean by that is, like, people that have air-like qualities. It might not even just be Gemini. It could be other air signs that could be the ones coming in, or you could literally be an air sign or heavy earth placements in your chart, or you have Virgo placements, which are also ruled by Mercury, connected to Gemini. But there's definitely a lot here where you guys have been doing the lonely thing. And it's hard for you, like, it's talking about darkness again, with growth happening in the darkest places. Like, you guys are definitely, you're learning. Or your friend, and this is soul family, like your friends are like flocking in, like they're showing up. I don't even know what else to say for this pile. With you guys literally get Gaia from the Gaia deck. Being embraced and protected by the mother is a precious gift. So like I said, this is divine. You guys are quite literally being guided from this very harsh place, and you're transitioning into having very loving souls and teaching you that it's okay to open up again, which this tied in perfect to Lumerian Quartz. I don't even know how else to really... This, you guys that chose Lumerian Quartz, this right here is a crystal that is literally, like, I mean, if we want to look at it in the context of star seeds, for those of you that like the star seed energy, with Lumeria, it's like having a family, having this place you belong. And it's like coming back to those people, coming back to your home, which literally you guys have a lot of that energy here, like going like back to your people finding you, finding home within yourself, finding home with these people that are your soul family. This is a lot of bringing back memories and past things you might have forgotten about that were very close to you. There's a lot of clarity, a lot of opening up to wisdom, which you guys literally had wisdom over here. But it's pretty much just a very calming, gentle energy that lets you know that, you know, either your people are here or your people are coming. You're reconnecting. There's a lot of reconnecting energy. For some of you, it's just because it's going to feel like you've known these people like forever. For others of you, it's going to be people coming back that you haven't talked to in a very long time, but they've changed a lot like you have, and it's actually healthy. But like I said, don't go doing something that's unhealthy. Don't go hurting yourself. because it's like someone's coming back. That's not what this thing's saying here. Like, you need to listen. Don't go doing something that hurts you out of loneliness. Try not to fall in my chair. So let's get these picked up, and then we'll move on to my next group. Ooh, scooting stuff. Okay. My next group, those of you that chose the Lepidolite sphere, this sparkly pink purple dashes of white in here, I'll use this quartz one as its holder. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. What's the big shift happening for you guys? What's going on with the Lepidolites? So, oh, okay. So you guys have, oh, there's different choices, hun. There's Lumerian Quartz, which was the first pile. We got Lepidolite as the second pile. Larimar as the third pile. And Flower Agate as the fourth group. So it's whichever one you feel pulled to more. Right now we're doing Lepidolite, and your guys' first card is Fairy Energy. We have growth, expansion, and flowering. And this is like supposed to be your guys' major shift that is happening over here, and your major shift is literally expansion. So already out the gate, you guys are moving into some big energy here. Yeah, you guys are really pulling into some energy. You got Spirit of Spring with freedom and action and power. You guys are like jam-packed with like, I feel like you guys have been like on this thing and just ready to go. Almost like you're a bullet in a gun. And it's like you've been waiting for the mark where you could just like speed ahead. And that's pretty much what's coming in. The shift that's happening is you guys being given the green light and just going. And then, yeah, give them the green light and going with resurrection. Rebirth, renewal, comeback. Some of you, like, this is going to be like a big debut kind of energy. After being gone a long time, you guys really coming back and being better than ever kind of energy, especially if you have a platform or like a business that's your own business. This is like you really coming in and like just taking over and completely blossoming in this area. And then we got the Light Priestess with Galactic Wisdom and Cosmic Ritual. So this energy, you guys are just really coming into your own over here. It's like, I learned. It's pretty much what this whole energy is. You guys are like ready to speed ahead. Definitely got a really loving energy to you guys after what you've been through. Like, you've really grown a lot, and you're ready to like set sail basically. This is making me think of that Three of Wands energy. It's like them ships are coming in and you're like jumping on it. You're ready to go. Like you've been waiting for this energy and it's finally here. And we got like this full moon sitting in the background over here. So some of you, this like jumping point where you're gonna feel the shift is the full moon. Not this moon, it's the new moon coming up tomorrow, but the actual eclipse moon that is coming up on the 26th. You guys are going to be having a big springboard kind of thing that just shoots. And then we have Open Like the Lotus, Flowering Spirit, revelation and maturity. And this, I wasn't meaning to do that. I just kind of randomly started shuffling. So this is going to go over here. I was going to turn over the deck, but this is going back to the you got too much, not too much, you got too much. You got a lot of flowering energy and maturity energy, blossoming energy. Like, you guys are like really feeling it. It's almost like it's your season, is kind of what this feels like. And then you guys have the gift over here with present, honoring, and offering. This has been waiting for you. Like, you guys, this is like a hand being put out and just giving you, like, besides the green light, it's giving you the opportunities to do this, which is why it's flowing so effortlessly. You might have been getting stuck for a while and hitting like a million walls. And then all of a sudden, like, it just like shoots forward and you're so ready for it because of all the walls you hit. It's just like you're over it. Like, you're like, I'm done. I'm ready for these walls to go somewhere. And then finally it's like this resurrection thing. This thing is like just falling down and a rainbow is like pouring out of it and creating a new light over here. It's like a brand new life. And it's like you guys needed a clean slate to work from. Thank you, Car. I mean, if you guys wanted confirmation, you guys needed a clean slate to work from in order for this to take off. Just get some loud ass confirmation while I'm doing this. And then, yeah, you guys already know this. Like, you guys have been in this energy of having faith, and like, you have repeating numbers coming here with 22. You guys definitely have a really beautiful energy where you've learned this. All you've had is having faith through this whole process, but it's finally starting to give you the go here. Like, you guys are like already in the process. There isn't no stopping you guys. Yeah, there's no stopping you guys. You have like call your power back. If there's anywhere that you guys have been kind of like lacking and still giving yourself out, where it's unnecessary and all it's doing is draining you, and it's not really anything that's going to help you move towards what you want, especially if there's already a goal and you're trying to get there. If you're doing something that doesn't help you at all, kind of take stock. Look at your priorities. What's important, what's not important, what are you doing that's taking away from your time, because that's taking away from your energy, which is your power. Like, it's taking away from you when you're in this energy of trying to fly forward. You need all your energy. Ooh, some of you getting called out. Stop ignoring your inner child. You guys, some of this renewal energy is you guys getting back in touch with this inner child. And that's what you guys have been trying. Like, if you were wondering what the block was, some of you, it's just literally you're ignoring the inner child, which means that you're not feeling secure enough in the things that you want to do, or you haven't healed through the things that are like the voices that are telling you you're not worthy of it, which is like the past pretty much being stuck like a broken record in your mind, that you don't have what it takes, just like all those things that repeat from people that have insecurities that they throw on you while you're younger, and they don't work through it, so they throw their trauma on you. This is pretty much going back, taking the power back from them, like what they put on your inner child, and putting more faith in the fact that your inner child knew all along what you really wanted. It's just other people tried to stomp it out, and it's time for you to take it back. That's probably the last leg of the race you guys need before, like, finish line's crossed and you're springing into something new. It's that last lingering bit of energy. Yeah, because you guys are like in major manifest mode. Like, everything you think you're manifesting right now. This blossoming, flowering, I swear, if you guys don't get the Empress, I don't know what the hell's going to come out in your tarot, but you guys have this massive upheaval of I'm going forward and just manifesting everything I want. but you need to make sure you work through this step here and call back the last bit that's stuck. That some people might still have a hold on you, some of them might still be in your life, but this has caused you guys to mature a lot, but don't mature past the point where you leave this aspect of yourself completely behind. It needs to be integrated in order for you to move forward. And then you guys get your happiness is your destiny. I mean, that in itself is self-explanatory. Like I said, your inner child knows already what makes you happy. So as soon as you take back what lingering effects, because I feel like you guys have done a lot of inner child work. Like, this is the group that's been doing a lot of inner child healing, a lot of work, and that's why things are starting to blossom. And now you're just being told the final stretch of it is like, just take back whatever power some people are still holding over you, especially if you think you can't do something, because what you're thinking, you're manifesting right now. And you deserve your happiness. It's your destiny to be happy. So this energy is like, don't allow people to tell you that what would make you happy won't work, because it's not true. You're just being told to kick that away because you're ready to spring. You're ready to start new, fresh slate, and taking the core of yourself with you and leaving behind the people that told you no. Yeah, I'm like, this painful truth. It's like, for some of you, it's going to be like, ouch, or for the people, whoever this is, that you're just pretty much telling, like, hey, I know you did this because you were in this place, but I don't need to stay there like you do. It's gonna hurt them that you're just kind of coming out with it and just calling it for what it is. But at the same time, like, it's not your problem to heal them. That's their own journey. You're on yours right now. And you've been through enough. It's time for you to blossom and like have some fun, because that's what your inner child wants, is you to have fun and be happy and do what you love and be passionate about it. You guys see, look at that 10 of coins, getting some monies. Some of you definitely might have like some kind of platform or business, like I was saying earlier. There's definitely an energy here of either being entrepreneur, having creative abilities that you can make money from. You guys really, this is like a legacy type energy too. This isn't some fly-by-night thing. Like, this is something you get known for. And it's like really having faith in this energy, because it's blossoming. Like, you guys are like legit blossoming right now. And you don't want to sit there and hold yourself back by just allowing some of these things to come back up in here. Even if it's really painful, it's for your own good to do this. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do, but I mean, I can advise you by letting you know you could have the 9 of coins too. I mean, let's just keep going here with letting you guys know, because 10 of coins is like this beautiful, happy, legacy, security. 9 of coins is like, I am confident in myself and my ability to do what I need on an individual thing. So not only do you have your own self-reliance, your own self-confidence, this own peace within yourself, that you can create whatever you need, you're also going to have the community and the legacy that comes with it. And that comes with calling back your own personal power. Because from this personal power you have is how you create this wealth. And it's not just money, guys. Like, money's in here, but it's not just money. Like, this is like an abundance of energy coming back to you guys. And look at this. You guys got the devil coming out here. Capricorn, there's a lot of earth energy, so you guys could actually be Capricorns or have like heavy Capricorn or earth placements. But this devil energy is literally like I was saying, kick it away. Like, you guys, like, whatever this blockage is, it's the last bit. And some of you just need to know that it's the last bit, even though it's like the most painful part of it. It is the last thing you guys need to do before you literally can like speed off into this. It's like you've been having faith so long and you've been working so hard at this stuff to create this, and it's pretty much created. It's just you have a thing right in the way. It's like a gate or something where it's like you just need to kick it. And so I keep thinking of a baby gate, which is kind of funny with the inner child, because you move the baby gate and the baby can get through. But it's like allowing that energy to finally come. Like, this person's in a cage and the door is open. You can go out of the cage. It's pretty much like letting you know that, yeah, there's the devil itself is like holding these chains and attached to the cage, but the cage door is open. You can walk out of the cage. That's what this is trying to tell you. Like, literally, you have a lot of potential, and you have to make the choice to walk out of the cage. And you got the Nine of Swords reversed over here. Once again, a thought card, and everything you think you manifest. Like, this energy can be like a lot of nightmares and anxiety and depression and a lot of pain. And obviously, coming from this inner child energy, it's like really deep, and then allowing that to fall away, which is what you guys are being called to. Like, this energy is still clinging to you. It's like that's why these things are manifesting that are standing in your way. Because once this drops, then it's just like full bloom, like this is gone. That's it. And what you're manifesting is this golden stuff that you've been calling to yourself for possibly a very long time with this earth energy. Because earth energy is like very like long periods of time. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have been manifesting this for years to come through. You've been working hard on it for years. You haven't been saying anything. And then all of a sudden it blows up as soon as you work through this. Because you've been working on it for a while. And the healing you've been working on for a while. It's like you guys have this last, like, it's like I keep getting the picture of like rotten wood being boarded across like this exit to a cave. It's like it's already rotting. You can break through it. It's like even the cage is open over here. But it's like seeing the blockage is the scary part. Maybe wondering if you're going to get tetanus, like residual things from you doing it. But the thing is, like, use the tools at your disposal to break it, and you don't even have to worry about the after effects. Because you guys have a lot more resources than you realize because you've been working so hard. Because there's a lot of resources in this energy. And you got the wheel. Look at that. It's time, guys. Destiny awaits. Well, you got destiny over here too. Destiny awaits. The wheel is turning in your favor. It is time to throw out the blockage and move into this beautiful flowering period of your life. Like, you guys are just being given like multiple energies over here, letting you know, hey, you can do it. We've been watching. We know you've been through hell. You can do the last stretch of this to get here. We've been watching you go through hell, just traversing it with this hermit energy. You guys are very wise from all this. And it's like, what's interesting is even though you guys are going through this, and it'll be like you get through this energy and then everything starts spinning forward very rapidly, you guys are still going to be like, but I need my time. Which is great, because that means you guys learn boundaries, which could be the major thing over here that keeps getting in your way and why things keep getting blocked. Is you guys, the last thing you need to learn is that you can be vulnerable and still have boundaries. Because this energy here is like self-care, self-reliance, people coming to you because of legacy, like people like being drawn to you. I feel like this group definitely could have like a fan base or something, or just a group of people that rely on you very heavily. and it's almost like the last thing keeping you from really jumping into your dreams. Like if blockages just keep popping up, like possibly like you keep being denied like getting into a school you want to get into, or possibly you keep getting denied like a loan for a business startup, or just people not noticing everything you're doing no matter how hard you work. If it's like an internet platform, what's keeping it stuck is you realizing you can be open, but you don't have to like be open to the point where you're completely transparent, because there is a huge thing in internet culture where it's like if you're not completely transparent, it's a bad thing, when every human has parts of themselves that they deserve to keep to themselves because it's their own personal journey. No one is forced to have to say everything about themselves. Like that is just something people created out of insecurity. So if you feel like you have to say everything about yourself and it's completely uncomfortable and it's really overstepping your boundaries, this is trying to show you, hey, like you can put up boundaries, you can share as much as you want, and it's like you can share the come up of your business, but that doesn't like, you know, your actual like business like work, creative endeavors or whatever. But you don't need to share your innermost workings like this clockwork over here. You don't need to let people know exactly how you tick. Like if there's things you don't want to talk about that are very private to you, then you don't need to go around rehashing them with people to prove your point or prove you're authentic. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. You guys have what it takes. You have the potential and you're in this blossoming thing. If there's people that don't believe your authenticity, then tell them they can go on their way. It don't matter. You know, right here with this energy right here, you have the wisdom. You already know. You don't need anybody else telling you whether or not you're being honest or not. Like, they can shove it. Literally, they can shove it with this Five of Wands reversed. Yeah, you guys, you're done with this stupid nitpicky, because I feel like for a lot of you what this is like getting in those constant like little battles, or people just always pushing against you, conflict, drama, just these kind of things that keep coming back into your mind, like this is just going to repeat itself. If you let that go and realize the only reason it repeats itself is because you're giving it energy, if you start pulling yourself away from it, putting up the boundaries, that's when things change, because people realize that it's like it's not working. And if those people are like they're only around because they realize that they can get your goat pretty much, and they can like irritate you and like just keep you back by doing certain things, as soon as you pull your energy back, they'll get bored and they'll go somewhere else. Those aren't your true people. And from what I'm seeing here, you guys don't really have this thing where you're needing people. If anything, you guys are over here like ready to be self-made and just go about your thing as soon as you finish up this last bit of the process over here. So let's see. Get some tea leaves. Fortunes for you guys, and then I want to at least get 1 month out of here. Oh, I said I want to at least get 1 month, and then a month card comes up. That works. Oh, okay, these, oh, those are a lot. Okay, so that's telling a story over there. We'll go over that in a second. So first, let's go over these flipped over ones right here, and then I'll go over the month. So first one we have is, come here, we got Cain. Pay attention to your health. What? Okay, it wasn't like I was just saying self-care, or just in case for those of you that kind of missed that part or might not have been paying attention, you just got it again. Then we have the 5th house with victory and some endeavor, which this is interesting. Why, what is this supposed to be? 5th house or V for victory? 5 there. Okay, the number 5, we're going to do Roman numerals here, quite a few things. Number 5, V for victory, it could be V for a name, But there's definitely there's something there's probably multiple things coming out of that, and I don't even know with it. But this right here coming out with this energy is like that calling back your power, and you guys can do it. For those of you that aren't sure, like I don't even think I can, you can. It's just straight up coming out and letting you know. That 5 energy could be for May. I mean, we are in the month of May. It's the 5th month. And if it's saying, like, hey, this is all you got to do, like, you can get it done in May and be on your way, is pretty much what this is saying also for some of you. If you have a birthday this month, a big engagement, or possibly what you've been trying to do, you'll get that thing that you want in May. It could be that endeavor, the business thing you're trying to do, but you got to make sure you're paying attention to your health, because if you're overworking yourself, all it's going to do is just bury you, and you got to be really careful of these unhealthy habits. Then we have Pig, beware of greed. Like I said, there's definitely some people that don't have your best interest, especially if they see you making some money over here from what they told you couldn't do. Like, you really need to remember some things here, like, because if you heal something, there's always this thing that people talk about with, like, forgive and forget, but it's like, the reason you should be forgiving is for yourself. Like, you're forgiving certain things so that way you can move on and you can heal. It doesn't really matter if, like, the other person is there to accept it or say sorry or whatever. This is like for you. So even if you've forgiven somebody and they're trying to come back because they think that your forgiveness is weakness, don't let their greed put you back in this cage. Because that's pretty much what they're going to try to do, is make you be wrapped around like their life again, which is like, don't ignore what's coming from your inner child with this. And then you have, yeah, we got target, goal-oriented person. Like, keep moving, guys. This is pretty much telling you, pay attention to yourself. What you want to do, beware of the crap that's going to try to come in the middle. And then we have January as a month for you guys. That long frozen nose. That nose is also reminding me of like Pinocchio, with someone that, you know, when you lie, your nose grows. Definitely could be getting some people coming back that you thought were gone. Possibly you ended relationships in January and it comes back, and that's what this healing is like, you know, are you going to stay true to your goals, or are you going to let these people that are fast talkers, smooth talkers, whatever it is, that are constantly lying and you know they're lying, come back in and start messing things up again? So let's see what this stack wanted to say. It just kind of flew out, so let's see what they want to say. So we got bird perched. Come here. We got bird perched with waiting for news, package, and letter. Okay, that could be how there's contact made. Bull. Plenty of material things. That greed energy. And we have throne with position of authority. We got dogs. Getting together with friends. Angel. Spiritual guidance and protection from harm. We got wreath, sorrow over a loss, and then bag. Come here. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. Okay, so I guess it just wants to talk more about this over here. Obviously, like I was saying, this waiting for news or a package, whatever it is, some of you guys, maybe you got something back in January and you're finally getting it. That could be some random thing for some of you, but like, I mean, with how the mail is, it would not surprise me. Or possibly you made a big purchase, because there's plenty of material things. Maybe you made a big purchase back in January and it's finally like arriving. But this plenty of material things and this news, it could also be media outlets, is what it's making me think of. Because having this position of authority is like commanding attention. This also having plenty of material things is like, obviously, if people are paying attention to it, you're going to be getting money from your position of authority. And having the getting together with friends on top of that is like, this is the thing of being aware of greed, because there are going to be people that really are your friends, you know, being happy for you and everything, but there are going to be people coming in the guise of friends, and this might hurt you because even some of your friends you have might actually be some of the greedy ones. And this sorrow of a loss, I feel like, might be someone you considered a very close friend, possibly even like family, with it being like this great sorrow. I don't really necessarily feel like physical death in this one, because sometimes I will feel that in readings. I don't really feel that as much in this reading. If anything, I can see like death of the ego, or like, you know, big renewal transformation kind of energy. But this is more like what you're losing is like you're shedding a skin that no longer serves you, which is why you got to pay attention to your health, because it's a big process. But you guys got your angels watching over you definitely through all this. Is why you're getting the warning over here of this, because you guys, this is something important. Like I said, getting this new opportunity, like you guys, this is a big career pile for most. It's like a lot of you guys, it's just creative, it could be spiritual, whatever it is, endeavors, but it's something that can make money, and something a lot of you would be very passionate about if you were honest with yourself and you remembered from when you were young something you loved and you got rid of because of people putting you in the box and telling you it was unrealistic. Like, some of you are really going to get back to that. That's the important thing, and that's where this new job's going to come from. You're finding what's important and what makes you happy through a lot of introspection, and realizing that your happiness isn't in other people, it's in doing what you love doing. If there are people you're around that are negatively affecting your health, that is also this pay attention to your health thing, is trying to give you like a heads up of like, yeah, these are the greedy people. Like, people can be greedy over more than just money and material things. They can be greedy over your time, greedy over your energy, greedy over who you're actually spending time with, that jealousy energy. Them jealous over you having a better position in life than you, so they are greedy, trying to take away like what you have, because, you know, they're very unhappy for you, even though they parade around as a friend. It's like, oh, I'm doing this for you because I care about you. If someone is like constantly tearing you down, it's not because they're sitting there trying to make you, it's not your best interest. No one's going to come in and make you feel like the Nine of Swords in your best interest, and make you feel depressed and have all this anxiety and have all this pain that you're holding in your heart and closing yourself off if they have your best interest. They're just not going to do that. It's like a big red flag. And you guys, this is an interesting pairing for you guys to get both of these out at the same time, because you have unique, so be a wildflower among roses. It's like literally just do, you guys are like in the energy where you are literally going to be like a pioneer of something. I keep looking at this and seeing Aries energy too with this bee thing over here, because the way it's curled, it looks like the ram or the Aries symbol, so it could literally be pioneering energy, or you could have Aries placements. But being the wildflower is like allowing yourself to be passionate, be wild among things that it's like, it's unconventional beauty for some of you, especially if you have a media platform. Like, don't be afraid to be unconventional. For others with having, oh my god, thanks Ruby. It wasn't like I was feeling like this thing was hitting me anyways. But with loneliness, Don't let the shadows trick you, because you always have a friend in the wind. So this energy over here, like I was saying, this beware of greed thing is definitely, could be people parading as your friends. And they keep acting like they're building you up, but they're putting little thoughts in your mind, like little whispers of like, you might want to rethink that. You might want to tone it back a bit, especially if you're unconventional. They might tell you like, you know, you're too much. You aren't gonna have a lot of people following you if you do that. Oh, that you only like really appeal to this like a small amount of people. It's like, who cares? Okay, this is what you want to do, not what like toots their fancy horn or whatever. Like, who cares? Because if that's all they're focused on, they want you to make money so you can give them things. There's plenty of material things with this bowl. It's almost like you take your freaking bowl and shove it up where it doesn't, like, the sun don't shine. Like, seriously, this is ridiculous. Especially if like they're, the only reason they're coming around is like all of a sudden you start making some money, and it's like they haven't talked to you in months. Maybe they haven't spoken to you since January, and then all of a sudden someone's coming through and talking, and it's like, hey, can you loan me $40? It's like, excuse you? It's like that kind of energy where it's just like, and your guides are coming in like, no, we're gonna, like, holding the candle, holding like the stick, like we're poking them away, like get away. We're shining light on their face for you so you can see who they are. There's like a whole lot of energy over here that's like, no, you're not gonna see this bold-faced lie over here. You're gonna, oh my gosh, bold-faced lie, and you get acceptance. Hold the lilies, welcome death to what would never be. Yeah, this greed thing. Sitting here like, I don't even know, right in the middle of me talking, let's just throw that out there. Like, let's just accept that Pinocchio over here with his lying huge ass nose is what it is, and just let it go by the wayside. Then we have affection. Come on, affection. Being a little, allow yourself to be vulnerable and gentle, like a warm kiss from the sun. I just said the sun. I'm sitting here like, I swear if a card comes out with the sun in it. The thing is, with your guides coming out letting you know you're safe, you can be vulnerable, but it's like I was telling you guys there, like earlier in your reading, if you're vulnerable, it doesn't mean you need to let everything completely down and not have boundaries and everybody gets to step into your business. There's a big difference between allowing yourself to be vulnerable and being gentle and kind and compassionate, and being a pushover and a sponge for everyone's, like, just everything to be piled on you. Like, it's not even about being fair. It's just like, it's just wrong. And there's a thing here where possibly you were made to feel like it's wrong for you not to do this. And it's like you having to like break that and come out, like the door's open, like you already know that it's not okay. There's probably things that have shown you it's not okay already, with how this light's being held up to his frozen nose and like melting it. Like, you can't hide that long nose, sir. Then we have hope. Even in the dark, there is still light to be found. With the hermit over here, which is kind of, this is irony. It's like, yes, you're going through this mess, and some of it is just like really messed up. And you're having to see people for who they are, for being greedy, for being manipulative and lying. But it's like, you have faith and you have hope. So it's like you have both of these energies. You have guides coming in letting you know you're protected and being able to blossom and start over again. Like I said, clean slate is very important for this group. Just being able to completely freshly like start without having this sitting on you. And it's like through your wisdom, it's like you see the light where it just seems like there's nothing. It's like gaining the wisdom from this. And then bottom of the deck, we have Shatter. Come in. Come on. So we have shatter. You may feel broken, but that doesn't make you any less valuable. Which I think is a big thing for this group. Because you guys, with all this material money energy, it's almost like some people might have based like your worth of being around them dependent on how much money you had at the time, which is like this beware of greed energy. These people coming back and you accepting them for being like, this is where they are, it's not like having hate or anything like that. It's more like, you know, this is just who this person is, and you know, listening to what's best for your health. If this isn't good for me, then they need to go, because otherwise they're just going to keep making me go back to these old patterns where I keep giving into these old things over and over again. And this group is the Lepidolite, the second group. And the thing with Lepidolite, for one, having the Nine of Swords comes out, like, goes straight with this. This is the stone that's known for helping with depression, helping with anxiety, really helping to break through things that have been weighing very heavy on the mind. It's also one that helps restore and align a lot of things that were like really knocked out of balance by like trauma and things like that. This is also like, it brings wisdom, it transforms this pain while soothing. It's not as because there's a lot of stones that are very abrupt with how, like, I mean, think of Moldavite. It's like freaking abrupt as all get out, that will just kick you out of your stuff and get you moving. This is more gentle. It's like you're still gonna get there. It might be a little slower. Like I said, for this group, you guys are a little bit slower with your stuff, but at the same time, it still gets done. It's just working through this last bit that you guys have. And with this being a gentler, more soothing thing than just powerhousing it through like Moldavite. I know this group wants the green light, but you need to take your time and be kind to yourself and work through this last bit. Like, be gentle to yourself, be kind with yourself as you're going through this. Because you guys have been busting your asses to get through this. Like, you know you gotta get through it. You know you gotta work through it. You've been pushing yourself. Some of you, the reason there's a block is you guys need to rest a little bit and come back and then allow it, because you guys are really pushing yourselves. Like, make sure you're taking care of your health. Make sure you're sleeping. Make sure you're drinking water. It's like, keep flushing out your system. I mean, water isn't, I mean, obviously it's for your health, but it's like, water's also very cleansing. It helps like clear out energies. That's why like people say like taking baths and taking showers and drinking water. It's like, I mean, water is like a freaking life force thing over here that we all need. So obviously it has really great properties. Also, that Lepidolite energy is one that really connects you spiritually, because obviously you're working through a lot of these heavier emotions. So it's like a very calming spiritual connection, as opposed to like the abrupt. Like I said, it's not abrupt. It's very nice and it's very gentle. So obviously that's something that's important to this group. And it seems like you guys are very gentle people. It's just that you've been through the ringer. So that's what I have for my Lepidolite group. Next up, we have those that chose Larimar. This is the third group if you're drawn to the number 3. For some reason, I didn't say this with the other groups, but maybe it's important to you. For those of you that are drawn to the number 3, you've been seeing repeating 3s, or you're drawn to the Larimar sphere itself, or the colors, or the ocean, because this literally looks like waves washing up in the sunlight and on the beach. Like, there's just a lot of energy here that you could have been drawn to for this group. So I feel like you guys have very heavy pulls right now to do something. I mean, this is a major shift that is happening, so definitely I would not expect any less than a very strong pull to something, but you guys already just have messages coming through. Okay, I already got the messages. We got the leap with ecstasy, bliss, and belief. Just straight out the gate coming here. Like, not even gonna wait for this. And she's jumping straight into a rainbow. Like, that's more fearless than the Fool card in Tarot. Now, if you guys get the Fool card also, well, that's just how it goes if you get the Fool card also. But, this energy is really about a lot of trust. It's about allowing yourself to move forward. But the way you're moving forward is you're allowing yourself to be pulled towards what's for you. It's like that big trust. And it's being so freaking happy, because that ecstasy is like you literally just living in your happiness. That's the transition you guys are moving into, is just pure happiness, which freaking beautiful, whatever that is for you. But it's like you're allowing it is the huge thing here. That's why it's a big change and a big shift, is you guys weren't possibly believing you were worthy of this before, or possibly there was just so many things in the way, and finally you're just allowing yourself to do this. And we got open like the lotus, flowering spirit, revelation, and maturity. Some of you definitely I keep feeling like, even though I'm not seeing it, I feel like there's a lot of fairy-like energy here. Because I haven't seen a fairy yet. But it's like, I mean, these kind of look like fairies a little bit. But I just keep feeling like this very free, curious type energy. It's almost like allowing yourself to have wings in the first place. It's like some of you guys weren't even allowing that. And now it's like you're having this revelation that not only can you have wings, but you can fly with the wings. It's like all of it at once, instead of like little steps. Like you're freaking leaping off the cliff into a rainbow and being pulled by your heart to where you're supposed to go. This is like a lot different than what you're used to. And then you guys have the gift with present. Come on, what are you doing? Honoring and offering. Like, there's a lot of really calm, peaceful energy here. Even though it seems like it's almost like there's nowhere to land in each of these pictures, but it's calm. It's like this person's flying off the freaking cliff being pulled by a light coming from the heart chakra, and then you got a bunch of lilies that, you know, if you're going to try to stand on, you're going to fall in the water. And then nothing but water and a waterfall, you could fall down. But it's like you're just kind of like, you're the one basking in the light. There's another person over here basking in the light again. Instead of flying, they're just kind of chilling in the beam of light over here. There's a lot of light energy. Some of you, it's like this happiness is learning to have like a lighter outlook on life, period. Because you've been in a very heavy place for a long time. And then we have here the dolphin collar, which I find, okay, look, I'm just going to say this. With how that thing looks like the ocean, the Larimar, and I was talking about the beach and the waves, and you guys get a thing called the dolphin collar, which, I mean, I don't look through every card in my decks. I just have tons of decks, and I pull cards. But this, I just find this irony over here. The dolphin collar, pure, joyful friendship and loving help. Yeah, so, like I was saying, you guys are just being called over here to this bliss and this joy. You guys are just, hey, this really seems like you guys are coming out of something and you're not used to this. I mean, in all these pictures, there's just a person literally going with the whatever is happening here, except for the lotus one, but that one's like really like this really blossoming energy. But it's still a single lotus that's blossomed in the middle of everything and lighting everything up. So there's like a lot of light everything up energy. Things are really being illuminated in your life, and you're finally being able to move forward with things. And it's because you're accepting the love and the help also. Like, there's a lot of things you guys are starting to accept that you used to really push away. And this is coming with you honoring yourself and realizing you're worth this. You're believing in the actual idea that you're worthy of receiving these things. And then bottom of the deck, we have kindred spirits with spirit companions, guides, and comfort. This is the only one where she's sitting. And this is dealing with your spirit guides. And she has all these candles and like little spirits coming to her, and she's even sitting over a waterfall. This water imagery you guys have. You guys could be water signs or heavy water placements in your chart. But this is some really sweet energy. I feel like some of you guys really just decided to surrender. Where's Rajan with her favorite word? But some of you really decided to just, you know, be and let be, and it's finally starting to fall into place, and you didn't realize just how much like you were holding yourself back. Yeah, you didn't realize how much you're holding yourself back with open yourself to the signs. Some of you are being given some really beautiful, and it's like the same colors. You guys are being given some really beautiful opportunities right now. And it's like the more you trust your intuition, the more you believe in yourself, it's like you're not going to go down a wrong path. And that might be some of your fears, especially since this is such a big shift. It might feel too good to be true. It's just keep yourself open. This says open like the lotus, open yourself to the signs. It's like this is about you being open. Some of you have been closed off for way too long. Okay, and then painful truth. Some of you have been closed off for way too long because it hurt. It freaking hurt. Like I said, some of you definitely had some really, if not most of you, had a lot of pain. And that's why feeling the shift of happiness is like, this can't be real. That's why it feels like bliss and ecstasy. It's like it's never been experienced in my life. And I'm feeling it. Like, what is this? I don't know if I can trust it. And then you have hold your heart with compassion, which this person's actually doing in the gift energy over here, with like the being present and honoring. If you're present, then you are really paying attention to what your heart wants, and you're being honest with yourself. And also, if you're being compassionate with yourself, it allows you to be open and allow others to be compassionate with you too. And the thing is, when you start moving out of the mindset where you're just so harsh on yourself because your truth is pain, instead of feeling like you're deserving of anything other than that. Oh, sorry. I almost sneezed. But, oh, you guys got hug a tree. I like how it's coming out with this big nature vibe over here. There's actually some trees in this picture that can be hugged. But, a lot of you guys, if you're having trouble with this still, just being able to get out in nature or get somewhere where you can... Some of you, it's literally going to be the beach, because that's been so heavy here, is like water and the beach. Some of you, depending on where you're located or where you live, it could be something like, you know, like, I know when I was younger where I lived, there was this place you could go that was like this really beautiful, crystal clear water, and it was like a river, and there was this huge tree that had a swing you can swing from on it, and it was a very beautiful, like a private little oasis where people would go during the summer. And it's like that's kind of what this energy feels like, is like your own personal oasis, and you being able to, okay, ding it, you being able to be happy with it instead of feeling like, you know, all this pressure and pain. It's like that bliss and that ecstasy definitely would come from being able to sit in your own oasis and be comfortable. Okay, cards sliding off over there. Got fire hazard coming in after I talk about summer. Some of you, it could just be that a triggering time for you is summertime, and it's like you're working through that pain. And this might be the first year for some of you that have really been working on this, that you don't feel, it could be something with your body, being ashamed with your body. It could be you being scared because of past events or trauma that happened during this time, because this fire is really like, fire hazard is making me think of summer or hot weather, but it's also making me think of people that were unkind or had is what caused this painful truth to grow. And it's being afraid that what you're calling to you is more of this, when in reality what's coming to you are these joyful, honest, loving friendships. So some of you, it's the fear that this is going to repeat itself, when you just need to open yourself up and realize it's not. And I was about to say, like, okay, everything you think you manifest. I was about to say, like, if you keep staying in this mindset, it blocks people from coming in. Not like saying you're going to pull horrible people to you. It's like the good people could be around you, but since you're not opening yourself up to their kindness and their loving energy, it's like you're staying stuck in the pain, even though you have good people around you. And in a sense, it causes them pain too, because they really care about you. And that's another thing that probably really hurts you and makes you feel guilty, is like, I'm hurting other people just because I exist. And it's like, this is like saying, just open up and realize that these people love you because they love you. And it's not, the only reason they're hurting is because they care about you, not because your existence. Some of you are really going to be stepping into some really powerful, confident energy once you can work through this. But even though there's going to be this newfound confidence, you guys are such humble people that it will be like this presence that just commands respect. And it's not like you're really asserting anything. It's just like you're going to have this energy to you where people just listen, whereas before you guys might have been too afraid to speak up. But it's going to be a lot different than what you're experiencing right now, or did experience. I feel like some of you are already like feeling like, what the heck is going on, because it's happening. Okay, so you guys are going to get the Palace of Swords reversed over here. Some of you definitely have been living in a space, like this painful truth, like I said, some of you definitely been living in a space that was based off of pain. And that's not the truth. You guys were like living in this thing where you only deserved pain, where you deserved mistreatment. It was what you were going to get. You changing your mind and shifting things is going to bring in such a rapid energy that, like I said, this is the big shift happening for you right now. And your shift is a mindset. It's a straight up mindset. And you like literally opening yourself to how you keep going back here, being aware of it, is what helps you step out of it. It's almost like getting a big red stop sign and realizing you can break the habit. And you guys got strength being reversed over here. So having this with painful truth is almost like you guys have to be honest with the fact, a few things coming in pretty quick. You guys have to be honest with the fact that you did what you could with the knowledge you had. And even if there were some choices that were made when you were feeling weak, you did what you could at the time, and you need to be kinder to yourself. Like, this holding your heart with compassion is like being able to look back and realize like you did some things that maybe you're not proud of, but it was doing the best you could with the resources you had at the time, even if now you look back at it and feel it was a weak thing to do, or you would possibly, you were judged for weakness when actually you were being vulnerable. And you're having to realize now through healing, the people that did this to you were trying to hurt you. And that's why it's painful, is because you thought that they had your best interest when really they were trying to hurt you. And that's why it's making it hard for you to trust, because you were so openly vulnerable and then you were backstabbed. There's also another thing. It's just going to keep going. There's another thing here where with pride coming through, and this could be both ways. This can be you dealing with someone with ego, or you going through your own thing with ego, but it's with this protective kind of thing, because that's what the ego tries to do, is it tries to protect these spots in us that we consider weak, so we don't have to really process it. At a certain time, you needed this aspect of your ego to survive. It was a survival mode. Either that, or you were dealing with somebody that had an ego that was toxic, and you had to really bury your light in order to survive. And trying to bring that out, it hurts a lot because of all the memories tied in there. But there's both ways with this. If you're dealing with someone with the toxic ego and you feel like you're weak compared to them, it's the opposite. Because when people are really like pushing that kind of energy on you, it's because they have insecurities. It's because they're afraid of their weaknesses, and they see a strength in you that they don't like. It just makes them uncomfortable, and anytime you would blossom, they would try to shut it down because it scares them. It's pretty much what it is. They get scared. They want to run away. But instead of running away, they'd rather control you. They'd rather chain you up and like harness your strength to do something with it, and then make you feel like a weakling. But like, there was a lot in that one, but then you guys have Justice. We're just going to start getting some major arcana. You have Justice reversed too. You guys, this mistreatment that happened, it was not fair. No matter how someone tries to justify it, no matter how someone might say, oh, I was in a bad place. Well, you've been in a bad place too, but you weren't going around hurting people. So it's like, it's a choice. It really is a choice. And if people have things going on and they know about it and they didn't get help, then that's a choice that they made to hurt people. And that isn't your responsibility. What happened to you isn't your fault, especially if you were vulnerable and things happened that just weren't right. And for some of you, it's almost like the truth here is that you were treated wrong purely because someone else was weak, and that's why it hurts. It's like there was no reason for them to do it. It's like you were loving and you were very kind and patient with everything, and you stuffed yourself down in order to try to help them balance their life out. Or you could have done this with work, whichever way it happens, where you literally bled yourself dry trying to help others, and it was never fair for you. But it's because you wore your heart on your sleeve and you were always trying to help other people because of the guilt. We have the Four of Cups. Now, what's really interesting about this Four of Cups is, unlike the other decks where you see the Four of Cups, this guy is actually looking at the cup that's above his head. Like, a lot of the other tarot decks, it's like he's sleeping, he's not paying attention, people are trying to smack him with it and he don't care. He's literally staring at it. Like, he knows the other cups are empty and he's like, you know what? I'm done with it. You know, and this is like having Cancer energy sitting on it with the moon. This is like your intuition saying, like, you need to nurture yourself. You need to, like, take pride in your own cup and realize that just because other people's cups are empty doesn't mean it is your responsibility, once again with this responsibility, to be sitting there filling up everyone else's cup to your detriment. You guys are learning that part, like learning how to detach from that part of your life, learning that it doesn't really bring anything new to you, and you want to focus on your own cup now. And we got the six, like I said, you guys had some unfairness. Having that Six of Coins reversed too with Justice, this is just letting you guys know there is, like, it had both, all these Libra symbols all over the place. He's even holding a Libra symbol. There's multiple scales here. There was a lot of karma for this group. You guys internalized a lot of the unfairness. And a lot of you really, there was, I mean, there's a lot in this pile. Like, there's a lot of different levels of being used, possible, like, you know, trigger warning with abuse, but I'm pretty sure those watching this pile already know that. But, there's just a lot of very heavy energy on you guys. And it's almost like feeling like you deserved it for a very long time. But the fact of the matter is you didn't. You didn't deserve any of it. You were just caught in the crossfire of someone that, it could have been a parent or parents that, you know, carried on some very horrible traditions of not healing their shit, and it got passed down to you through a bunch of trauma. It could be like relationships with other people who never worked on their stuff and projected on you. But it's almost like you were on the receiving end of a lot of very unjust things, and it made you feel like a weak person. When in reality, it's like you were the strong one because you were the one being vulnerable and being open, even though this stuff was happening. But it's realizing, even though it hurts, that this is not your fault, which is very strange to hear, that it hurts to know it isn't your fault. But the reason that it hurts is because you realize that people did it intentionally. Like, if you're thinking it's your fault and you're thinking you deserved it, it hurts, but it's like on this level where you did something to warrant it. If you did nothing to warrant it, it means people intentionally hurt you for no reason at all. You didn't deserve it, and they just did it for the hell of it. And it's like, that kind of hurts on a whole different level, knowing someone that can go out of their way to just harm you because they want to harm you. And it's like nothing warrants it whatsoever. And that's what's happened here. And that's why it's scary for you guys to go through this shift to feel happy. Because one, you feeling happy is like this thing where it's like you're not used to it at all. Like, it's not something that is on your radar. And then feeling it feels like you can't trust it. It feels unsafe because your safety lies in, like, all this pain. So you being able to walk out of it and feel happiness for once and be kind to yourself and take care of yourself for once is almost like, when is this going to be taken out from under me? Which you guys need to be careful with how you're thinking about that, because you guys are very powerful manifestors. It's the whole reason you were able to survive a lot of the things you went through, because you actually manifested survival. But you no longer have to sit in survival mode. You can sit in like thriving, like abundant mode now. Like you don't have to worry about survival. And if you're still around the people or in contact with the people that did this, it could be like if you guys are having emotional outbursts that aren't like you, it could be because of all the pain that stems from this. And having them around is just making you very unhinged. Because you guys want this, even with the doggy out front. But but this Ten of Cups energy is like a far cry from this Palace of Swords being reversed over here and all this pain. It's like, this is letting you guys know right here and now that this energy is like freaking abundant. This is a lot of healing, a lot of emotional stability. For those of you that felt you would never have the family, it's like showing you, yes, you will have the family. You will have everything that was ripped from you. For some of you, if your childhood was ripped from you, you're going to be able to finally live that, but also have a very warm and loving environment, especially this joyful dolphin collar guy over here bringing in loving health and joyful friendships. Like, that's just going right along with it. For some of you, if, you know, this thing you're jumping into is a relationship, after going through all this stuff, this is kind of giving you some confirmation over here, like, hey, this was brought in to help you heal. Especially if you've been trying to heal yourself and there's still something that really hurts. It's like this is being sent in as helping you with the healing, because sometimes like doing it all by ourselves isn't what happens. Everyone is very different, and sometimes we're sent our soulmates at certain points in our life because that's when we're learning these lessons. And the soulmates come in because on a soul level you're changing and you need the, it's not necessarily like backup, but it's almost like you need the different energy to bounce off of. And the thing is, the other person's going to be doing the same. It's almost like you guys are going to be growing together, and that's how you know it's on a soul level. And it ain't going to be none of that runner bullshit, because I feel like you guys have done the gamut over here with anything dealing with messed up shit. Like, you guys have been through the whole gamut. You don't need any extra. Okay, the Hermit, is he just going to show up in every damn reading somehow? The beginning, the end, the bottom of the deck, he is very prevalent energy right now. But everyone, you guys have definitely been hiding off parts of yourselves, and you're coming into a time where, yes, you learned from it, you went on this painful journey, you really upgraded a lot. You're learning to trust and be open. Either that or you have learned to be more open already, and it's like you're on this fast track towards this. If you're still in the process of healing this, because this is a lot, take your time. Like, because even if what happened to you happened very rapidly in succession, one thing after another, that does not mean you need to heal it in the same pace. Because it's like, if you have a lot of things back to back, it's like you internalized it but you didn't process it, and then you had something else pile on it, and you're having to dig through a bunch of stuff, so it will take longer. So be gentle with yourself, be compassionate, and honor yourself instead of like feeling you need to rush. The Hermit's not being rushed by no damn body. He's sitting up there on a mountain with his glowing stick and not worrying about it, because he knows what's for him is going to come to him. Oh gosh, these things flew out. Okay, we're going to throw those over there because they jumped on me. Get some tea leaf. Oh, you guys are just having some jumpers over here. It's my jumper group. There, all these jumped out. This is you guys. Go over the ones that are this way first. So we have mice. Discord among friends or family. Well, yeah, if you're getting to the point where you're done with this and you're moving into your happiness, there's going to be discord. Like I said, there's people that literally did stuff to you because they were scared of your own strength. So they wanted to smush it. So if you're coming out and being confident and going after what you want, yeah, there's going to be discord because they're not actually happy for you and they did it to you on purpose. Like, this right here is like, you did nothing to deserve it. So when you start doing things for yourself, there's going to be discord because the people are going to try to do things to harm you again. And then we have the, come here, pay attention to your finances with this purse card that doesn't want to focus. So some of you are really not wanting to pay attention to your money matters right now because this thing is just flat out refusing to focus on it. So pay attention. Some of you are really bad about like just throwing all your money into whatever this painful situation is in order to get people to leave you alone because that's what they come to you for. But the thing is, your happy, like, emotional fulfillment is never going to come from you putting money into this. It's like, it's telling you need to pay attention. There's discord happening. There's people not getting along. Possibly there is going to be people trying to use you for money. It's like, people are going to try every which way in the book, especially old tricks that used to work with you when you weren't going through this healing process, to see if they can pull you back into old habits where you gave and gave and gave selflessly until you were completely depleted and they left. And then we get hand, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. Like I literally just said, people are going to be coming out, sitting here asking for, like, you know, a handout, you know, give me this, that, like, six of freaking pentacles reversed. That's what this is making me think of. All this over here. It's like people not getting along, people saying, like, you know, help me, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe someone else that used to help them got tired of their shit. It's not helping them and they're coming back to you. And it's a big no, guys. If they treated you wrong, they didn't learn, and that's why they're coming back right now. And that fair woman. So for literally some of you, this is like a direct message if you're sitting here thinking of somebody, and because this one like flew out by itself somewhere. So dealings with a relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. So this could be any age, having like paler features, whether that's skin, eyes, hair, whatever it is. Some of you, that was literally just like who you are literally dealing with. Like, that's what you're dealing with. That flew out by itself. And these we have over here, and there's a little month card in there too. So let's see, we have crown. Honor and respect will come to you. Like I said, you guys respect yourselves, and it's just gonna happen naturally. And we have hammock, with taking a vacation physically or mentally. Hey, I'm seeing the beach all over the freaking place for you guys. So, I mean, or the river, pond, whatever it is, climbing a tree. There was a lot here about you guys going somewhere and just collecting yourselves. So, I mean, taking a vacation would be both physically and mentally great for you guys. Especially if it's getting away from a person that's specific for you guys. And we have horse with short journey. This this is really pushing you guys. It's like, come on, just a little one at least a power nap. It's like, do something over here. And then we have wind chimes with peace and harmony. And month of the year, we got May. They're not waiting for you guys. They're telling you this energy over here that popped out. It's like, you guys need it now. Don't say I'm gonna do it in a couple months. You guys need it now. Like, especially if you guys are dealing with drama, like, and you're like really overwhelmed, and that's why you're feeling so stuck. It's like you guys will actually be a lot happier if you just took a small trip away, even if it's a few days, like a weekend or something. Taking a few days off from work, whatever it is. Don't, this isn't saying go psycho. This one with the tea leaves is the tea leaf fortune. But this thing, since it popped out on its own, the pay attention to your finances is with shady people. That's what this is. It's not saying don't take care of yourselves. Now, by no means am I saying if you don't have the money in the bank, go dropping 10 grand on like going to like Fiji or something, or like whatever. But this is like a short journey. This isn't going like across the world on a plane or something. This is a short trip that's going to help you clear your mind. Maybe your short trip is going in your backyard, because if you live in like a nature place and your backyard leads to a river, well, go you. There's your short trip. Like, literally go and sit at the water. Like, this is the Larimar group over here that literally looks like a sunny, clear lake, beach, whatever, coming up to the shore. It's all that. So, and you guys are being told May. Like, go do it already. There's even water in this picture of May. I don't know how many times you guys got to be told this. You guys need a break. You got change. Oh, you don't, it's fine, hon, don't worry. So we have change. Every season soon comes to an end for another to begin. Okay, coming over here with all this drama bullshit, so every season comes to an end for a new one to begin. Like, I mean, that's a painful truth also for this group, I feel, because you guys are probably the ones that really stick your neck out, and it's like having to realize that you gotta move on from something is gonna hurt a lot of you guys, especially if it's become part of your identity, especially if someone, whoever this specific person is for, because they fell out by themselves, or this could be you. Like, I didn't even think of that. This could be you. But whichever way this goes is like, you have to be able to distance or put a boundary up, or just completely like cut off whatever this is, as painful as it is. It could be, if it is you, an old identity you carry with you that is more carrying the victim energy around. And it's harsh to hear that. It is a painful truth when you're carrying that around with you. But you got to be honest with yourself. And this whole time I have been saying boundaries, and this card jumps out. Come here. So only weeds can grow where there is no breathing room. Which is basically, if you have no space for yourself, all you're going to keep getting is a bunch of crap. That's the only thing that's going to fill up your time, your energy, your finances, everything, is if you don't have boundaries and you're not respecting yourself, the only thing you're going to get is weeds. You're going to keep getting this. Like, you need the boundaries and the respect. Like, honor and respect will come. There's even, like, honoring, like, being present with yourself. It's like, this is going to happen with the boundaries. When you guys put up the boundaries, this will come. Like I said, some of you guys are going to be kind of scared of this energy, because changing and putting up boundaries is a very harsh thing to do when you come from this kind of trauma. Oof, this one jumping at me too. You guys are jumpers. Thank you for following, hun. So this one like jumped on me, so come here. Focus. Or not. It's fine. We're gonna keep going back until it doesn't focus. So, laugh and create with endless possibility and imagination. Coming out with you guys taking a trip. And then, oh my gosh, okay, you guys got a card that said go, like hug a tree, and then you get lean, over here and lean with it, rock with it, but over here, sometimes a sturdy tree is all you need. You guys are being told you need to go take some time, do something outside of your norm, and especially if you're surrounded by drama. Be out in nature, be around water, lake, river, ocean, whatever you need to do. Take a nice relaxing bath, take care of yourself. And your bottom of the deck is zealous. Be excited. Every newborn has endless energy. You guys did have this, like, I can't remember where it is, but you guys had like a new flowering energy, the leap of faith kind of energy over here too. And it's like you guys just jumping into it and not fearing it, because for those of you that chose this Larimar, like I've been saying like the whole time, with how it literally looks like the sun shining through the water and just creating like those ripple effects that come up on the beach, or like clear water out in like that thing I talked about from childhood, that like beautiful river, the different lakes, all that kind of stuff. It's just a very naturey, calm vibe. And it's pretty much the properties of the stone, if you want to think about it that way. Is a very soothing, calming energy. Really great for anxiety, but this is about allowing yourself to speak up, because this blue energy is really about the throat chakra, and boundaries are all created by communicating. Communicating change, which you guys have a big blockage over here with this Palace of Swords being reversed. It's like you learning to take that back and be like, I'm not going to be sitting here allowing people to push me around anymore. If you guys need to take this break in order to like collect yourself to be able to come back and really stand in your conviction, because being in this energy is just too much for you to be able to really think, then take that time, however long it is for you, so that way you can be collected enough to come in, say what you need to say, even if other people get their feelings hurt. Like sometimes that's what needs to happen in order for people to start getting their shit together. But for you guys, it's like some of you are really going to be saying some painful truths to people, and they're not, some of them are going to get angry. Remember this fire hazard. Make sure you're in a safe space while you're doing it, especially if some of these people are less than savory in the department of handling themselves physically. But make sure you're taking care of yourself. This is a lot about speaking up, a lot about being more connected and aligned to what brings you comfort, to what makes you comfortable, and really creating a safe space for yourself and bringing a lot of clarity. So, oh, thanks, hun. And thanks for the follow, too. Yeah, I know, it's because I have all the crystals going on back here. It's like, as soon as I put something, it's like they want to go back and focus on the crystals. So, my last group is my flower agates. For those of you that picked the pink swirly flower agate flame. Can't even talk with all the little sparkles in there. Go ahead and set you back here. And let's see what comes out. What's the big shift that's happening for my flower agate group? The moon. Yeah, this is opalite. It's a little mermaid on a moon. She's just chilling on there. Woo! Okay, my flower agate people, you guys trying to jump out and smack me in the face. Okay. you guys threw at me returning home. I'm happy for you guys, okay? Oh, you're welcome, man. So the big shift for you guys could, oh, thank you for the biddies, thank you. But the big shift for you guys could literally be, there's a few things with this one. It could really be some of you being able to finally travel back. It could have been like, you know, restrictions where you couldn't, like, you know, see family and things like that, and things are finally changing, and it's making it to where there's finally the opportunity. You can finally go see them, and that's going to be the shift. Like, things have changed so much for you because you have not been able to see the people you care about so much, and so much has changed. And the thing is, this might be something that changes your mind. Like, there's quite a bit of things here. This could be something that changes your mind about where you want to live. It could be that since you can return home, this could be like a childhood home where you're actually going back to live there because, you know, the distance really hurt and you realized what was important to you. Definitely this is a loving welcome energy over here. This is also a 44 energy, which is major unexpected energy, and it's like a calling energy because the 4 energy ties both to the North Node and to Uranus. So having these combined is like this unpredictable energy that can bring like really random surprises, but at the same time, what can happen is you're being pulled towards something, and it's like unexplainable, and being pulled towards home, like if it isn't resonating, like, you know, actually going to a physical home or somewhere that you really miss, it could actually be you finally being drawn to what makes you feel at home. Ooh, almost knocked stuff over. That makes you feel at home within you. Because that in itself is like a huge transformation. And since this is a shift, it could literally be a physical shift or it could be a spiritual shift, because I feel like this is more where this group is headed, like a literal pick up and leave transition, or like a huge upheaval within the self. So let's see what else hopefully does not fly in my face for this group. So this guy wants to come out again with the dolphin collar. So we have pure, joyful friends and loving help. Like I said, quite literally, you guys really miss some people and you're going back. Like, case in point right there. For others of you, this is people that have been rooting for you all along while you've been going through like pretty much a spiritual glow up because of everything that possibly you've been handed. People that have been watching you, been pretty much really admiring your tenacity and your will to move through everything that's thrown at you. You possibly have gained a lot of respect from the people that have been around, and there's a lot of joy and love coming from these friendships, from these, this is like soul family energy. It's like you have had these people around and they've been watching you grow and they are so happy for you. And this shift is you being happy for yourself, like they're happy for you. And then we got this, look at her up in the sky up there, dude. But trying to get it just to focus on her face because she's so like up in the, look at that. I just wanted you guys to see her face. But caretaker, guardian, and support with this Dawn Watcher card. So not only have you guys been having the friends and all this stuff going on, you guys have been having your guides hanging around too. Like, you guys are very much supported. Like, a lot of support. And I don't know if this is something you guys have always had, but it's like there's a lot of love. This is very loving energy. Very sweet. This is almost like the long wait was worth it kind of energy. Like, everything that you went through was worth it because everything's coming together. You're surrounded by love. If you're not quite here yet, this is letting you know that, like, once you get there, you're going to be surrounded by this. Okay, these two popped out together. We have, so let me put them like this. So we have fairy energy with growth, expansion, a flowering, and then Aurora Garden with beginning, initiate, and origin. Like I said, these people are watching you grow. They literally are cheering you on and watching you grow. And I'm trying to figure out where to stick this card because it all decided it wanted to come out over here. But you guys have some very sweet energy. And that's why all this love is here. It's like there's people that missed you, like whether that is physically missing you or they missed talking to you because of all the things you've been going through. It's almost like they know the person that's deep down in there and how you've been struggling, and that this change is like the start of something new here. It's like you're growing into this new thing, but it's like you're going back to finding what you lost with this origin energy. You're finding your own beautiful inner garden over here is pretty much what this is. And you're becoming the own caretaker of your garden. Instead of allowing people to come in and trample on your flowers, you're stepping into this very beautiful energy. But it's not like you're stepping on anyone while you're doing it. If anything, you're just surrounded by people like loving, like going across everything where like people are in love with it. And then we have Skyfire, messages, channels, and information. And look at that art in there. Just so a lot of you, this shift that you have is really being brought on by, sorry about the little camera knock. I touched it with my finger. But this shift is being brought on because you guys are coming into different gifts. And especially since she had that third eye being lit up, some of you, it's being very connected and in tune to your intuition, and you're following that, and it's really like just you're a light now is pretty much what it is, because you allowed yourself to open up. This is also you being able to take the information you've gathered through going through all of this and knowing what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to let go, and being at peace with it, because this is a transition where there's people around to help you. Like, they're welcoming this change. They want to help you through it. There's a lot of love. If you've been afraid to open up about this, this is showing you that being vulnerable will be very well accepted. It will be welcomed, quite literally. It's like really helping you, especially if you've been afraid to really grow and actually start it. This is letting you know that you have nothing but very beautiful people around you that want to see you blossom. And we got everything you think you manifest over here. Some of you really been manifesting being able to go back and see family, and that is happening for you. One way or another, that is definitely happening. For others of you, with being vulnerable. It's like a lot of you guys really brought in these loving relationships and you didn't even realize it. Like you were constantly thinking, like just being surrounded by the love and support and being grateful for it. It's like you literally brought these relationships in, and if you're not sure, like that's pretty much what all you need to do is just constantly be in this feeling that the people that love and support you are there and you're grateful for it, and then more keep showing up. I mean, you gotta remember there's like 7 billion or more people in the world. It's like there is definitely people out there that get you. There's gonna be more than one person. So you manifesting meeting these people and being connected in like loving communication, no matter if that is a romantic relationship, friendships, whatever it is. Even if it's like reconciling with family, like, you know, the reason you're going home is to reconcile. You guys can do this. It's like inviting love in. Yeah, you guys went through some growth. You guys got growth popping up quite a few times on here. So growth happens in the darkest places. Yeah, you guys really realized what was important to you. Some of you might have completely changed what you thought you wanted in life. And it's like it came from this feeling of separation and you having to go through this on your own, and then these people coming in and teaching you what it means to be really surrounded by love, or what it feels like when you're away from what real love is. And you guys got fire hazard coming out here. This is manifesting abruptly. Like this energy right here is just making me think of like full speed ahead. Very Aries, like impatient energy. You guys definitely have been waiting on this for a while, especially if it's a physical thing, like you guys are trying to get somewhere. You guys are so impatient right now. You've been through growing through patience, and now it's like it's almost there, so the impatience is rising and you want to do it. For others of you, this is you getting more expressive and more confident. It's almost like for this fire hazard, the way I feel is people seeing you as like a light. Like you enter the room and it's like, oh damn, like it's like that. It's like a very bright energy, and it's because like you're welcoming it now instead of fighting it, and it makes you shine very brilliantly, like very bright, blinding to some people, but they're very drawn to it like moths to a flame. So that's it's like a very strange thing that it's like very Venusian, but at the same time you're not trying to be, it's just happening. And if anything, what I was talking about, this chick and her third eye being lit up, and then you guys have open your eye. So those of you, okay, horn honk, open your eye. For those of you that aren't quite feeling this yet, and you're still kind of stuck in this growth thing, and you're like, what the heck? And this is coming out with it as well, like being caretaker. This is like being responsible for like opening up and being aware of what's going on. Some of you, it's really just about realizing, like, once you like open yourself up to the like possibilities that are out there, that's when this is going to start flowing in. Because some of you might feel like, oh, this isn't possible, and that's why it's like everything you think you're manifesting. This is like that energy of just like open up, see what's actually there, instead of like, you know, this darkness you guys have been chilling in for a while. But or this impatience. The reason you're being made to wait longer, if you're still waiting, is there's something that you're neglecting, there's something you're not paying attention to, and it's telling you to slow down and take in your surroundings and be more aware. Be more sensitive to what's going on around you. Happiness. Your happiness is your destiny. So you don't worry about it not happening. It's gonna happen. I mean, it is this destiny over here, this thing that's gonna make you happy. And we have true success comes when you only care what you think. And what this means is like, this isn't being stomping on other people or being mean. This is more like, you know what brings you happiness. And no matter what other people say, like, oh, that's weird or whatever, it's like you only care about the fact that it's your heart's desire, that it makes you happy. And it's like, you don't feel like you need to defend it. It's just like, well, it's your opinion. Like, you don't need to get up in arms about it. Some of you might still be kind of sensitive about people saying anything along those lines. So it's like that growth is still happening. It's why you're being made to be patient and be more aware that you're still very sensitive when people say something along the lines of, you know, tearing down an idea of yours. It's like getting to the place where you don't care if they don't like it or not, because you love it. There's like a big difference in their opinion compared to you loving what you do. So let's see. Oops. What comes out for you guys? 6 of Wands. Boom. Like, some of you, like, this is making me think of, especially for those of you with the physical travel, if you're going somewhere and you finally get there, busting in the door and just being like, I'm here, and being so freaking happy, like the freaking celebration and all that stuff, like acknowledging my presence, very bold and just very like striking energy. It probably will shock the people you haven't seen in a while, just because of how like you've become so much more like, it's almost like you're brighter, but it's because you went through these phases of realizing what's important to you, so you're not afraid to express it now, which people might not have been used to you doing before. You probably might have not been as expressive. You got the 3 of Swords. Yeah, you guys definitely went through some growth. Some of you might have went through a Saturn return during this time, and that's why it was like freaking painful and you were made to stay away from the people that you cared about the most, because you had to grow by yourself. But what you ended up manifesting was a lot of very loving relationships, because you went through the growth and you went through the pain, and you learned that, or if you're still here and you're still in the pain, if you're like in your Saturn return right now, which would mean your Saturn's in Aquarius in your natal chart, it could be you trying to find the balance between growing through the pain and acknowledging like where you came from, because this 6 of Wands can also be you acknowledging yourself and what you went through, instead of like pushing it down and feeling unworthy. Because not only is it important to be surrounded by loving people, you know, that really cherish you and aren't gonna lie to you and like take advantage of you, but it's also important that you acknowledge yourself, because acknowledging yourself and having that self-worth is what helps you build up this feeling of no one can knock me down. Like, it's feeling proud of who you are and where you come from, which you guys have like this returning home and origins and all this stuff. Like, you know where you come from down in your soul. It doesn't even have to be a physical place. And then this Justice reverse is just wanting to come out. So Justice reverse coming out here. Yeah, some of you, there's a lot of unfairness around the growth you've been going through. Like, you just, it could be for some of you the comparison, like unhealthy comparison where things are very uneven, like, you know, breaking your own heart with your mind over the fact that you had a lot of things you wanted to do, feeling like a failure because of the things you've gone through, and then having this energy come up where you're having to realize that some things just weren't meant for you, and it's really harsh and it hurts a lot because it was like your heart. Like, for some of you it could have been a relationship, but for others this could have been a pursuit where like, say you went to school and you thought it was your passion, and then all the doors got closed. You might have even gotten a degree and the doors got closed on you. Just feeling very unfair, like things did not work out how you planned, and you had these expectations, and like, that's why whenever you have ideas and they get even a little bit of like pushback, you start getting very defensive. And this is what you've had to learn, is that being sure in yourself is what is going to help you grow through this. Now, if you've already been working on this and you're starting to get into this feel of like, you know, this, just because this happened doesn't mean I'm any less worthy of a person, then it's going to help you keep moving forward, and it's going to help propel you through these things. And you guys got the 4 cups. You guys keep getting purple over here, because even this cup is like purple clouds with purple liquid, whatever you want to call it, juice. But it's like the third eye, open your eye, and then this purple energy. Even though it's the 4 of cups, this person's staring at the purple energy. This is really trying to show you guys, especially with this Cancer moon energy, it's like there's a lot of intuition over here. Some of you, the reason you've been able to move forward is because you've listened more to your intuition, and you've been able to see like what this was for. Probably a karmic lesson could have been what this is, because a lot of karmic things are very painful to teach us the lessons, but it's like very rapid growth when we learn them. But you guys are definitely, if you're not here yet, it's like you're gonna start getting into this energy. Like, this is the shift that's happening. You guys are gonna be on different levels of the journey here. But it's definitely happening with the Empress popping out over here, holding a little baby. This definitely could be some of you physically going home if there's a baby involved. Been waiting to travel to see an extended family member that was born when you couldn't travel. This is also, you guys, when you start opening up and moving past this energy, just opening up opportunities, like a lot of opportunities, because the only reason your light is being dimmed is if you're still kind of like stuck in the mishmash and keep falling back into some of those old patterns because it like really hurts. But when you can start detaching from it and you see things through your third eye as opposed through like the painful lens of what has happened, it's like you can see it from a higher perspective and you can see where it fit in the picture. Now, obviously, pain that is inflicted by another person to another person is never warranted, and I am not saying that that should be necessary to learn, but that's kind of what the universe does. It's the only reason I know as much as I do is because of that. But you having this Empress here is definitely really fruitful, very fertile, creative, bountiful, abundant energy. It's very beautiful energy, and it just coming to you. Like, it just showing up on your front door. It could be someone traveling to see you, showing up on your front door and, like, freaking busting in, like... That could be it also. It doesn't necessarily have to be you, the one that's traveling. And then, whew, I'm not trying to scare you guys. The tower's not that bad. But we got the tower. Because the tower can be a lot of things. Mainly, it's a shakeup. It's a change. When this comes in, especially since you guys had some majors in here, you guys went through your karmic energy. Now, this could be with the Empress, you're reaping your karmic energy, and this is going to cause a major shift in your life. It's just going to cause a huge change. Now, the foundation of this tower is completely fine. Like, the whole foundation, there is not one thing broken. It's golden. There's sunlight shining on it. Now, the very tippy top of this had some stuff broken off. Now, to me, this is symbolizing the mind. There are some things that needed to be, like, if you look at this lightning bolt striking across this thing, it's doing horizontal strike. It's just, like, going straight across and cutting off the top. For some of you, this is, like, really signifying that these new opportunities, this new, like, abundance flowing in is literally, like I was saying, for some of you, this mindset thing, like changing it around and being proud of yourself. It's just bringing in everything, because your foundation's there. You have a solid foundation with everything you went through. It's just there's a few things with the mindset that needs to be changed. And it's going to bring in a huge shift. You might not think it's a big thing to just change your mindset on something, but a lot will happen as soon as you change that mindset. It's the only thing that's holding stuff back, to be honest with you. Because, I mean, it's painful, and it might be like, oh, that's the only thing, and all of us heal at different times, and that's why I'm saying everyone's going to be at a different part of their journey on this. And by no means am I belittling it, saying, oh, it's just like your mind, or like the mind can do a lot of things, good or bad. So it's important to be aware, which I think that's what this Four of Cups is saying here, is be aware. Like, it's connecting to everything. Just be aware of what's going on instead of sleeping on yourself. And this is going to be a major shakeup moment. And the World on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, that's awesome for you guys. Just get those changes in there. I mean, if you wanted any more confirmation that there is a big shift happening, then there is the World. Like, literally, your world is changing. Like, it just flat out wants to confirm that with Empress and Tower energy. Like, all of this, for some of you, it was neglect. But all of this energy over here that was just sitting on you for such a long time is finally going to be lifting, and very abruptly. But all it takes is you starting to appreciate yourself instead of sitting in this and manifesting from this energy. It could be why you're feeling like, my stuff never works out. But, sorry if I knocked the camera again. It's like right by my finger, guys. But, I was looking because my little kitty got off the couch. So let's see what your tea leaves. Well, hey, hun. I'm not doing personals with stuff. I'm doing the group thing so everyone can get some messages. So let's see what comes out here. Oh. That one wanted to flip. Got some of those. Everyone else got a month card. I want you guys to get a month card too. We're gonna shuffle till you guys get a month card. This big. That's why it's hard for me to shuffle. It's like a big hello, that one flipped out. So, Dark Man just flipped out. Just completely flipped out by itself, so whoever that's for. Okay, so you guys obviously have a lot of messages over here, and it's like I'm stubborn, and you're gonna get a month. Ha! Got it. Okay, so let's see. Month is gonna sit over here because it was. Now I want to show this right here because he popped out and smacked me. So we got this dark man. Dealings are a relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Now this could be dark hair, dark eyes, dark skin, however kind of dark you want to look. But this is like, for some of you, it could be what this Three of Swords is referring to, or this could be you, and it's just letting you know confirmation, yeah, you're watching the right thing. But it's like, that wanted to pop out by itself, so that is its own message. So let's pick up some of these and see what we got going on. So, wow, okay, so first thing we have coming out is this dog energy along with crown energy. Now, dog energy is protection from a powerful friend, and the crown energy is honor and respect will come to you. Now, this is, I'm just picking them up randomly together, but having these up here together is almost like you don't need to do anything. Like, you need, like I said, you guys have a mindset. That's pretty much what you gotta do. You have loving people in your corner, like I said. You guys don't need to go up and fight some battles. You got some people that want to stand up and take care of somebody for you. Picked up these three together. So this so this is very interesting. So I feel like this is the mindset that you guys have that's coming out here. So you have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Shield, you need to defend yourself. And then whale, great worry over nothing. Like, you guys are over here doing this. Because like I said, you have this need where you get flared up and you try to defend yourself. You're trying to do the most over here. And then you got whale coming in like, it's okay. It really is okay. Like, trying to come in and tell you, like I said, you guys, it's a mindset thing you have going on here, and it's hard to break out of that when it's there. Okay, I don't know how many times I said intuition with this group, but look, we have eye quite literally coming out here. We have open your eye, we have all this other stuff going on, and then we get literally eye with this psychic ability and trust your intuition. And then we have quill with get back to the basics. And shark, come here. Take care or there will be a loss of material wealth. So, like I was telling you guys, you're coming into an abundant time, but you need to trust your intuition. Because, for one, if you guys are physically traveling, yes, you're gonna be spending some money, so that kind of comes with the territory of traveling. This is kind of telling you not to go too crazy with overspending because, you know, take care, like, be considerate of what you're doing, you know, stick with the basics. You don't need to go crazy over here because love is the more important thing, not all the material stuff. But this is also, you're getting this protection energy over here from somebody. And it's because they know you've went through things. You have an intuition that lets you know when people are not in your best interest. You've learned this. It's telling you to take care. There's sharks in the water still. Like, you're having to deal with this. So don't let your guard down. You have the tower again. But what's interesting on this card is, like I said with this tower card, like how it looks. What it says on the tower on this deck is solid foundation and success with effort. Literally, what I was saying with this tower card is it has a strong golden foundation with sunshine, and you're just having to rework the top of it. It's not like the whole thing is falling down. You're on a solid foundation. You just have to work through the motions over here. And then we have Bull coming out right here. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. I mean, okay, solid foundation, fortitude. You guys got the thing going over here. And I feel like these last four are for each other. These last four are for each other. Oh, wow. Okay. These four are telling a story for sure. So we got Ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. We got Pineapple with reconciliation. We got Well with family wishes come true. And then we got Tree, affairs with your family. These are definitely telling a very straightforward story for those of you that are traveling, or, like I said, children are involved. Going back with loving arms to people that, you know, you guys have grown through a lot of things. You realize what's important to you. Like, all of this. Like, that was the thing for the people that are wanting to travel, I guess. Or maybe some of you actually have long distance partners and you're finally coming together and there's going to be that marriage. So let's see your month. Ooh, November. So, I know some of you are like, what? Because for those of you that were feeling the impatience, and I was saying you're going to have to be more patient, this is probably a direct message for you guys that you're going to need to chill out till November. Quite literally, there's snow here. But this is also, this could be a connection to this dark man. If this person is you or someone that's on your mind and you wanted another confirmation, if their birthday's in November, or if it's someone you met in November of last year, it could be that kind of confirmation. Some of you, like, I feel like this November card's just a lot of confirmation for things. It could be a wedding in November. It could be a baby that's due in November. It could be a pregnancy announced in November. It could quite literally be you finally overcoming this, like it taking you a few months because you're still working through it. This big tower change shift could be happening in November. Like, it's like starting up right now, but you're going to see the full fruition of it, the full completion of it in November. There's just a lot of things that are trying to help you guys confirm things. This powerful friend that some of you have could have a November birthday, or it's someone that you could have met also in November. It could have even been the dark man. But there's just a lot here trying to help you guys have confirmation with this November card. Also, this could be confirmation if you're born in November, to let you know, like, yeah, like, if you were thinking, like, this is for you, then, like, here's this, because there is some celebration energy definitely here. Or one of your family members that this is happening with, their birthdays in November. There's just a lot with this group where it wasn't really talking specifically on one thing. It was saying, like, it wanted to be a confirmation card, which is probably why I was shuffling forever trying to get a month card for you guys, because it was a confirmation card. So, inner child. But let's see these last messages we have here. We have Destiny coming out here. Plant yourself in fertile soil, nurture your deepest desires, and watch your dreams grow. I mean, obviously, with you guys over here, like, you're ready to make something grow, but like I said, it's the mindset. This The fertile soil is making sure that where you have ideas, you're clearing out that clutter, like the weeds that are trying to suck the life from what you're trying to make out of your mind, so that way what you're manifesting is actually like this very beautiful, deep desire thing that you want. Otherwise, you're just going to keep growing these weeds of worry in your garden. And we got self-love. Your worth can only be measured by the time you give to yourself. This is literally saying that the essence of taking care of yourself, the self-love, the time you put into yourself, it shows other people how they should respect you. It shows yourself that you respect yourself, because that's a big thing. Like, the reason a lot of time we have trouble with boundaries is we have that lack of respect for ourselves. So when we can work through feeling guilty, because that could be a thing for you guys, that feeling guilty over taking care of yourself, and like, you know, that bending over backwards feeling, and that's why you can get very defensive when certain things crop up, especially if you feel like you're always giving and no one's seeing it. This is definitely trying to let you guys know, like, take care of yourself first and others will follow. Like, they need to see my kitties meowing. They need to see by example, a lot of people. And then we have grace. Remain humble when everything is going right, or miss the sun when the light is gone. So, like I was saying, for some of you, don't go overboard. Some of you need to stick with the basics over here, or you're gonna, like, that financial thing that was going on, like, if some of you are really trying to be showy, then it definitely can come back. And let me let her out because she wants to go out. Yes, come here. Okay. Sorry about that. Little one wanted to go out of the room. So, definitely for those of you that might be going on a trip and it's going to be costing you money just to go on the trip, if that's what this going home feeling is for you, if it's the actual physical traveling, make sure that you're not going overboard, because if you're trying to be showy, like the Six of Wands energy, someone busting in the door, like you don't have to bring a lot of material things. You don't have to bring a bunch of gifts. You don't have to do all these things for acceptance. People are going to be happy to see you. It's going to be a loving welcome. You don't need all this flashy, glittery stuff when it's like the love and them like being happy that you're there. That's just something some of you need to hear, because you feel like the reason people like you around is because you give them things, when in reality that it's like you being there and they've missed you. So for others of you, going through all of this has been a very humbling experience, especially if you were... It's kind of going back to that impatient energy where it's like things weren't happening on your timing. You pretty much were humbled by the situation, or the tower is going to come in and humble you if this hasn't happened yet, and you're kind of sitting in this energy where if you've been impatient and you haven't been being grateful for the things being given to you, there could be a humbling experience on the way here. Especially if you've been flaunting what you've gotten to people that really care about you, like they're happy about you, and you're still flaunting it around. It's really gonna knock that ego down a peg. And then we have collapse eventually. Rest now so you can bloom later. I can't remember if I said that before. I mean, it kind of goes with self-love, self-care, being able to rest and not feel guilty for it. Some of you, that's all you need, is to allow yourself to rest some, not overdo it and drain yourself completely. Some of you, you can step back and let someone else go up and do something instead. That's what this protection is someone stepping up while you step back. Because it's like not your battle to fight, in a sense. It's almost like you got, for some of you, this is very specific, but if you got drug into something that was not your problem, and it's almost like your name got drugged through the mud, like your reputation, and that's why you weren't really willing to go back to the place where this happened. It's almost like the person that is encouraging you to come back is going to be the person that's making sure that you're well taken care of and that people respect you, so you can actually rest, like you can lean on them instead of feeling like you don't have anybody. They're not going to leave you out to dry if they're really wanting you there. And then we have differences. Beautiful crystals come in all shapes, colors, and sizes from different places. Literally seeing different places is making me think of travel too. This is a big traveling group. But having this variety is like the variety is the spice of life over here. Okay, there's a few things. The thing with spending money, just because there are varieties of things does not mean you need to get every damn thing for every damn body when you go to visit them. For others of you, you have bad spending habits because of what you went through, and you're having to unlearn them because it's actually a habit that was formed out of the mentality to help you de-stress. This is telling you get back to the basics. This is like, you know, go back to minimalism if you have to see just how much you have and start being grateful. For others of you, these new beautiful crystals are going to be you going around your family, meeting up new people, possibly a new one being introduced to the family through a pregnancy. There's a lot of energy here of just a bunch of new things. You even have beginnings over here and like growth and expansion. Like it could definitely be expanding a family, or meeting extended family. Like someone got married and you're meeting them for the first time, like the people they married, like someone that's really important to you and your family got married. But that's what I'm seeing for my flower agate group. Now, if you guys picked this one, or the messages were like resonating and everything, this was this group. So flower agate is a very sweet, loving energy. Now, what you can kind of correspond it to is that pink energy of the heart chakra, like pink and green. Green for me is more of like the love that spills out for other people, and pink is more the energy of the love that you need to pour into yourself. And you guys did get the self-love card. So all this compassion and this love that you're learning is something you're learning to give to yourself. It's something like, and the thing is, you guys got all this blossoming energy, and you have the flower agate pickacard, and you guys have the flower agate crystal over here. So I think that's just, you guys are a group of just a lot of confirmation, I feel like. Especially since you guys have a lot of intuition and being told to trust your intuition. I really feel like you guys get a lot of signs, you guys get a lot of intuitive nudges, and This is just like, you guys were getting a lot of confirmation. Whichever part was applying to you, it was just like a bunch of confirmation for you. To let you know, like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. It's like, it doesn't seem like the overly, like the kind of obsessive energy with needing confirmation for everything. It's more of like you're doing stuff and like you're just kind of getting the messages like, yeah, you're doing the right thing. You don't need to worry as much. You don't need to like work yourself into the ground. You just have to make decisions that align with you. Instead of with the fear over here with this Three of Swords energy. Because if you're making decisions out of fear, then more than likely it's going to keep putting you back into this place where you're having to learn the lesson again. But yeah, if you guys had stuff planned for November, this was a whole lot of like, yeah, it's happening. Like, it's pretty much what this pile was. That's the big shift, is to be looking forward to something, or if you're doing something and making a trip, then it's like, you know, maybe you'll go on it and you won't come back till November. Maybe you're moving and you're going to be moving in November. Like, whatever it is, this group had a lot of movement to it. So, that's my flower agate group. And that was the last group for the major shift that is going to be happening.